welcome everyone to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because he is always the same.
That's me.
Grump, how are you doing this fine Sunday evening?
Fine. Yourself?
Well, doing well, but odd response. Anyway, for those of you who are new to the show, welcome. This is a sports podcast. This is a twice-a-week sports podcast that takes place every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're new to the show, we welcome you to stick around a while. We invite you to subscribe on YouTube, to like on Facebook, and to follow on Twitter. We cover in this show all things sports. We cover NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, European soccer. We cover all things sports and athletic on this show. Today, Grumpy, we got a little catching up to do. I know Thursday we were covering the NHL draft, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Baker Mayfield has got a new home. He was recently traded. We didn't have a chance yet to comment on that trade. We're going to talk also some MLB news. Angel Hernandez back at it again with some fantastic calls. Don't you just love when he makes headlines? Also going to be talking a little bit, Grumpy Man. We got some fan fights.
Yes,
Alexander. So fan fights are always a doozy, always fantastic. We're going to start talking about the road to rehab. Chris Sale didn't like his rehab performance and had an outburst, an explosion. I'll let you see the stats for his rehab performance, and I'll let you be the determining factor on whether the outrage is justified or not. We'll talk a little bit about the NFL. People have big things to prove this year. Jameis Winston, do you think he can take a step forward as the quarterback there, the starting quarterback for the Saints? Also looking at wide receiver duos. So we got a few things to cover NFL wise. And for European soccer, apparently Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar have been offered to Chelsea. Just kind of, I guess, roster baiting over what a roster would look like and what a starting 11 will look like for Chelsea if they were able to bring in both Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar.
They're not going to bring both guys in. They're going to wind up probably bringing neither one in. But if they're going to bring one of them in, it'll be Ronaldo.
Really? Why do you think they're not going to bring both in, Grump?
They don't have that kind of money.
What makes you say that? They lost Rudiger this offseason. That's a big paycheck. That's a big contract that comes off the payday.
Because they had to shut their team down practically before the ownership change.
They've got new ownership now.
Yeah, but not that deep pockets.
Really? They own the Red Sox. Who else? They own the Red Sox, and who else is it?
No, that's the Henrys. I don't think they own the Red Sox. I don't think the Henrys are the team that wants to buy that bought Chelsea. That's John Henry who bought the Red Sox.
Todd Bowley. Okay, their net worth. I'll pull it up. But Todd Bowley is a guy, American billionaire. Let me see here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why don't you talk about that as I pull that up, Grump?
Honestly, that's fine. I don't care who it is. They're not going to be able to afford both guys. There's financial fair play involved. And I don't think they would even go after Neymar. He's hurt all the time. I didn't realize it's the one you want to talk about first.
Well, no, I was just, as I'm getting that pulled up, you started talking about it. I usually introduce what we're talking about, and I usually gear up, but Grumpy has started talking. So I said, let's talk about that.
Okay. PSG, why would they be selling Neymar? They have to, because they've had so much influx of talent, so much expenditures that for the financial fair play that they're supposedly adhere to, they can't afford Neymar. They don't want him there, but he's a guy that they're going to want to recoup something on. He makes a ridiculous amount of money, and he has a release clause. I mean, do you think that they're going to give PSG 100 million euros to bring in Neymar when
he's not going to cost that much?
Okay, but he's going to cost more than Ronaldo is.
Cristiano is going to cost 20, if that.
20 is what Manchester United paid for him last year. He's not going to cost 20.
So he's going to cost less. What are you saying?
That's right.
10,
that's what I'm saying.
Million?
If they bring anyone in, it'll be Ronaldo. It's not going to be Neymar. Is not going to Chelsea.
That's a pittance. $10 million for a guy that quality is a pittance. $10 million for any signing in today's day and age is a pittance, Grump.
Agreed.
So Cristiano is not a big dig into there. I mean, like, it would be okay. Neymar would be the big dig. And again, I'm not even sure how much. What do you think Neymar would cost? 45, 50 million, if that?
They paid 250 million for him.
They paid that, what, 5 years ago?
Maybe 4. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're going
He's
to want to
30
recoup
years
some of that
old,
money.
Trump. He's not 25 anymore. He's 30. He's injury prone. He's an older winger.
They're not giving him away, and his wages are ridiculous, and he's
He has
hurt all
more
the
to do
time.
with wages than anything else, I think.
But he's hurt all the time also. I mean, like I said, if they bring in either one, it'll be Ronaldo. It's not going to be Neymar. The team to look out for is Newcastle. That's a team I could see trying to make a splash. They're one of those, Saudi oil money teams, and I absolutely, those state-run teams where I could absolutely see them going after Neymar, perhaps.
So Boley does not own the Red Sox. He does own the Dodgers. He's a co-owner of the Dodgers and also owns stake in the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's got quite a bit. He's got his hands in a few different pies. And European soccer was one of those he wanted to get his hands into. I didn't want to talk about this first, but you kind of steered it here. Let's talk, grumpy old man, about the Baker Mayfield trade, because that's what happened, and we'll kind of revisit. I think that it's possible they could bring in both of those guys and what it would do for that team. Having a striker is the biggest issue and need for Chelsea, right? They brought Lukaku in, they paid hand over fist to bring him back, and he didn't wind up panning out. And Tuchel just, again, he missed sitters, and Tuchel just, it wasn't a good fit for his side. But let's talk a little bit about Baker Mayfield first. Baker Mayfield traded to the Carolina Panthers. I mean, you're talking about a small portion. Baker Mayfield, was he the first overall selection?
Number one overall
Pick, I believe, back in 2018, was traded just recently for a 2024 conditional 5th round pick.
That's what happens when you bring in another quarterback and you give him $150 million in guaranteed money, and everyone knows that you have to get rid of your existing quarterback. Everyone knows that. So they were never going to get equal value for him. Now, was he worth the first overall pick? No. But is he worth a first round pick? Probably not. But he's certainly worth more than a 5th round pick.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
The Browns also ate how much of his contract?
Half of his contract.
Think about that. The Browns ate half of his contract and only get a fifth round pick back in return.
Why? Because they had to get him off the books. You cannot carry 2 quarterbacks making, $55 million for a year. You can't do it. That's why everyone knew he had to get moved. That's why no one offered them anything at the draft. Nothing for him. But then in a typical Cleveland move, they had to get rid of Mayfield, right? Because they guaranteed all the money to Watson.
Whether he played or not.
That's right.
There's an out if something happens, maybe there's an out for the team. We haven't really looked too much into specifics, and nobody has. And that won't come out until if something were to happen. But yes, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finishing a typical Cleveland move, Grump.
Yeah. You sign a guy to a ridiculous, fully guaranteed, get paid whether you play or not deal, and all of a sudden the guy can't play potentially for a full year. I mean, that's typical Cleveland, isn't it? Anything that you've heard of Murphy's Law? I'm going to call it Cleveland Browns Law. Whatever possibly could go wrong does for them. For me, I look at it this way. I think this is great for Baker Mayfield. I'm not saying the Carolina Panthers are the greatest team on earth, but I think that he gets to go somewhere where he can rejuvenate his career. He's only got, like I said, this is the final year of his contract, and then he's a free agent. So they didn't give up anything for him. Matt Rule, who's the coach, this is a make or break year for him. So
I'd say, yeah.
And, Christian McCaffrey is coming back healthy. They got a couple offensive linemen. I think this could be a good thing from Baker Mayfield. Absolutely, without a doubt. People forget he played injured all year last year. He was hurt. He had a torn labrum in his non-throwing shoulder, but still, it affects everything you do. I mean, I like Baker Mayfield. I know you don't like him. I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback ever, but I'm just going to say that when healthy, he's a pretty good quarterback.
He is an average quarterback and best. He's a game manager. There's so many quarterbacks in the league that are like that. game managers at best. That guy's a game manager in best case scenario. The offense he had was something, you look at maybe the wide receiver core wasn't great. Man to man, Baker Mayfield missed pass after pass after pass, missed open wide receivers on their breaks. He had a strong running game, had a good offensive line. I'm not I'm not a big supporter of Baker Mayfield. I have nothing against him as a person, but he's not a talented quarterback in my book. He's just an average. He's just a guy. He's a jag, as Grumpy you would put it. He's a jag. So from his standpoint, I think this is good. He gets out of Cleveland, has a chance to kind of restart a bit. Carolina has had really one good quarterback for a very short time period in the history of their franchise, and that was Cam Newton when he won the MVP. And maybe the short time period after, he's been the best quarterback that franchise has ever had. They've been starved of good quarterback or sustained good quarterback play. And even if he irons himself out as a, game manager, I still think the fan base would accept him there in Carolina.
He's not a game manager. And you said it right off the top. His wide receivers are crappy in Cleveland. Period. Okay. They are.
They had Jarvis Landry. They had Odell Beckham Jr. He missed wide open.
Odell Beckham Jr. quit on the team. It was so bad that Odell Beckham Jr. had to get released. That's how bad it was.
Because of the situation the Browns are in. He gets picked up and he goes ahead and wins the Super Bowl.
Well, what does that matter? If you're not playing for your quarterback of your team, if you're not playing for your quarterback of your team and you're that bad that you're getting released, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem with Odell Beckham Jr. I got no use for him anyway because he's a me guy. Jarvis Landry, always dinged up. Right? Thinks he's better than he is, and certainly is nowhere near what he was in Miami. Absolutely not. Like I said, their wide receiver group was terrible. They're basically a run-the-ball team. That's what they are, with Nick Chubb, with a little Kareem Hunt thrown in. That's what they are. Like I said, I think this is good for Baker Mayfield and great for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, let me ask you this. What do the weapons look like in Carolina? You mentioned the running backs. Well, he had two fantastic running backs for the Browns. Now he's going to a team that has a dinged-up running back who hasn't been healthy for the last 2 years in Christian McCaffrey. So you've got one running back, and you got Chuba Hubbard, I believe, who's the backup, who did an adequate job when Christian McCaffrey went out this last year. But what type of weapons does Carolina have that are supposed to be highly vaunted, Grump, compared to the prior time that Baker Mayfield had in Cleveland?
They run a different offense. It's not necessarily talent. It's a difference. The style of offense that's run in Carolina. It's not run, pass like it was in Cleveland. Okay. They mix it up. Christian McCaffrey, when healthy, there's your caveat, when healthy, is probably top 2 back in the league. He does everything. Oh,
shit. No. Absolutely. Top 2 back? Get that. No.
When healthy.
Okay, when healthy, I'd take Jonathan Taylor over him. When healthy, I'd take Derrick Henry over Christian McCaffrey.
Absolutely not.
When healthy, Alvin Cook over Christian McCaffrey.
First of all, Derrick Henry is a non-entity in the passing game.
Derrick Henry's a far better running back at running the football.
Guess what? Guess what? What's the running back position turned into? You have to be a dual threat. The days of just 3 yards in a cloud of dust are over, my friend. They're over. You want dual purpose running backs. When healthy,
running back. Come on.
When healthy, this kid was the best running back in the league when he was healthy.
He hasn't been healthy for the last 2 years. So
that's
2 years,
exactly right.
Over 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you're looking at his season 3 years ago and saying he was best when healthy when he was 3 years ago. Dude, he's got another 2 years of wear and tear on his body. We have no idea.
First of all, he doesn't have 2 years of wear and tear on his body because he was hurt. So he did not get the wear and tear. Now, I said the caveat. I said the caveat is his health. If he's healthy, he's still got plenty of tread on the tires. Is he healthy? I don't know. The guy was getting 300 touches.
They ran him dead in Stanford. They ran him dead in Carolina to begin his career. He is finished as a running back. You heard it here first. Christian McCaffrey is finished as a running back. They have used and abused that man to where he has got nothing left.
I disagree. I disagree because when he did play before he got injured, he was fantastic still the last 2 years. Both years. He was fantastic in the limited amount of time that he had. Absolutely was. He's got plenty of tread on the tires. My issue is he gonna stay healthy?
Well, let's talk about one of those weapons that Baker Mayfield's going to now be working with in Carolina. Well, do you remember when the rumors officially came out that the Carolina Panthers were interested in Baker Mayfield? Robbie Anderson on his Instagram account posted on, I think it was this is the Panthers.way made a post. So I assume it's just like a Panthers fan base or Panthers Instagram account. That's just like a fan run Instagram account. And Robbie Anderson went out there when they said, according to Ian Rappaport, the most likely landing spot for Baker Mayfield is the Carolina Panthers. And then that's when you get Robbie Anderson going, no. So I wonder how that dynamic's working out.
And then I think I sent you something earlier this week where Robbie Anderson saying people are trying to say that he doesn't like Baker Mayfield. They're trying to say that somehow he didn't want him here. Well, dude, that's exactly what your tweet said. I mean, you couldn't even resist. He wasn't even on the team. And you're like, I don't want him here. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm Baker Mayfield. I'm not throwing to that piece of shit, Robbie Anderson. Here's the thing. Robbie Anderson absolutely blows as a wide receiver.
He's a guy, if he gets, when they're down by a lot of points, and it's just like, hey, if I get a lot of volume thrown my way, you're in good shape. And that's it.
He's a typical Jets wide receiver. A stat stuffer when the games are over. When the games really count, he's Captain Invisible. He sucks. To me, he's a number 3 wide receiver at best. Absolutely at best. He sucks. He sucks. Robbie Anderson. No! That's what I say. Get somebody else. They have DJ Moore as a wide receiver. I'm not saying they're loaded with offensive weapons.
They're not loaded with offense. I think offense is one of the weak points of their games.
But if their offensive line protects him a little bit, I think Carolina will be much improved.
I think that's going to be a tough area for them. Their offensive line is not great.
Well, but they have made additions and improvements in the offseason. They don't have a fat pig playing left tackle either, like the Jets do.
Well, Robbie Anderson did happen to say the tweet Robbie Anderson put out. He said, "I don't have an issue with Baker. Stop trying to paint that narrative." So I'll let you listen to his response when they were talking to him.
I wonder if you could explain why you would react negatively to our prospects of these guys acquiring Baker.
Pause it.
I said what I.
Hold on, what is it, Grump?
Did he shake his head so he could try to jangle an answer in there? Is that what shook his head like that? Let's see if I can shake an answer out of these cobwebs I got going on up here.
Okay.
I said, that's just my thinking out loud, my thought,
What influenced that particular?
The first response was just, thinking that was my thought. Not a very good response. And this one, hold on. Stop. I got one point before I forget. The next answer you're about to hear from, because I don't know if you've heard this yet. It's almost like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, where it's like he thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. That's going to be his next response when you hear it.
Here's the thing. He should have shaken his head a second time. If that's the answer he came up with the first shake to try to stir up an answer, he should have done his little shake again because that first answer was hideous.
Okay, thanks so much.
Just trying to be a good teammate to my quarterback. That's it. Just trying to defend the guy who is my quarterback in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's it.
What do you mean?
So the reason why he said no all those times is because he just wanted to defend the guy who was his quarterback, and he didn't want to go ahead and have a new QB because he wanted to defend his quarterback. So it was just out of loyalty. That's where that no came from. How foolish are you? It's not because he didn't want to play with Baker Mayfield. It's because of loyalty to Sam Darnold and loyalty to PJ Walker and loyalty to anybody wearing that Carolina Panthers sweater as a quarterback.
Like I said, he should have done a double shake on his head. You know what? Here's the thing. I'd never heard him talk before, and I'm glad. He's obviously a dope. I'm going to say his IQ is probably about, I'm going to go 75. He's a dope.
Really? What's the point of that, Grump? Are we not talking about something completely different? Why is that what you're talking about right now?
He sounds like a fool. He sounds like an absolute fool. That's my point. He sounds like he has no intelligence whatsoever. Why don't you just come clean and just say, I didn't like Baker Mayfield because I'm friends with Odell Beckham Jr. and he trash talked him. Maybe that's probably the truth. He heard things about Baker Mayfield through some of his little wide receiver buddies, so he didn't like him. I never heard him stand up for the Jets quarterbacks when he played there. What made him come to Carolina? Oh, that's right. No one else would sign him. That's right. Sorry, forgot about that. He sucks. He's a guy I wouldn't want on my team. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shake his head. Shake your head again. See, it's like one of those magic 8 balls. Try again later. Whatever the answer he's got. I mean, he's just sorry. No use for him whatsoever. And that's the best he come up with. You know what? They shouldn't even made him available to the media unless they scripted his answer. Don't tell me that the Panthers PR department didn't know he was going to get that question, please.
Well, his own people should have better prepared him. It's not the Panthers PR department. He's got his own social media relations people that work for him. He should have had a better formulated answer and not so. I don't think he was caught off guard by it, which is kind of hard to believe. I mean, what do you think the first question is going to be? People forgot about your no response on Instagram once you were traded for. It was all over social media. You had to know it was going to be a question that was addressed. That should have been the first words that came out of your mouth, saying, "Oh, this is the reason why." It shouldn't have been a stumble and I forgot my answer. And then after you asked me it a different way, I was able to provide the correct answer. But it's like I got the Grinch who stole Christmas vibes. Where it's like he thought up a line, he thought it up quick.
This was a Panther press conference.
That's correct.
This wasn't like he was caught on the street and someone asked him where he talked to his PR guy. This is a Panther press conference. The Panther media people should have prepped him and said, okay, obviously, you're not bright enough to come up with an original answer on your own. This is what you say, and just stick to the script. That's what they should have said. That I blame that on them. But this kid's a dope, obviously. If that's the best you come up with, or you had no idea what the question was, that question was going to come to you, please. I mean, maybe they should just cut Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, thanks so much. Alexander says here, TJ, I heard Lou got the early bird special on Romanoff, a retirement package trade. He needs to be fired. I didn't like the trade. I thought we gave up too much for him. Yep.
I like the trade.
Christopher C said Ronaldo should have gone to New York City Football Club instead of Chelsea. Well, he hasn't gone to Chelsea yet, but he's not coming to the MLS, not this stage.
No, he'll be in his 40s before he comes over here.
Joseph C says here that whole Cleveland situation is shitty. Trading for a sexual predator, giving him $235 million guaranteed, letting Baker Mayfield play basically all season with a torn labrum, etc. The entire organization's run like shit. It is. And it doesn't help that Baker Mayfield's not a good QB. It's just the entire thing is run. There's a lot more poorly run organizations than there are well-run organizations.
It's Brown's Law. Anything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong of your own doing.
Yeah. Apex Legends also said soccer is more powerful than NyQuil. James F saying, hey guys, just finished your last night show on with tonight, and Grumpy, how dare you watch a movie on TJ time during last night's show? Yes.
I was not. First of all, I was not watching a movie. TV just happened to be on.
He just over there. He's like, I got half his attention. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm over here. You've got my undivided attention, Grump. I'm happy when I get half your attention.
It was probably when you were trying to go through your peanut butter and jelly soliloquy that made me
no, it's not a soliloquy. It was a metaphor. But anyway, James F says here, if the Dominican Sue doesn't get signed soon, he's going to be far behind shape, or maybe far out of shape, and ready to go into training camp. And not ready to go to training camp.
I think his career's over. I think he wants too much money, first of all. He thinks he's better than he is at this stage. And, he's just been a solid veteran for Tampa Bay for the last couple of years. But, he's 35, 36 years old, doesn't put much pressure on the passer. You can move him out of the hole now where you didn't used to before. And he still thinks he's worth $10 million a year. Not many teams are going to play. Not at this time. Not many teams are going to lay out that kind of money for a guy like that. If he takes a vet minimum somewhere mid-season, if there's an injury, I could see him coming in.
And guys, what do you give Lou in the draft and why? Maybe like a C+, B-. I like the players we drafted. I thought there was mismanagement of draft capital, though. So that's why I give maybe a B-, C+.
I give him a C.
Okay. Joseph C said, if Baker Mayfield couldn't succeed in Cleveland with a good offensive line, Chubb, Landry, and Odell, why is he gonna play well in Carolina? Robbie Anderson is a one route wide receiver. Exactly. He's gonna fail miserably in Carolina. It's just gonna be honestly, you know what it's like? It's one of those general managers who tries to make a last second stand. We could go ahead and do this, a last chance or last stand at the saloon. And he's already gone through the one quarterback, Sam Darnold, that they went ahead and overpaid for a guy who just wasn't a great quarterback. And now they've done the same here in a guy like Baker Mayfield.
I disagree. I think he's going to be better. I think the offense for the Panthers is going to be more imaginative than what they had in Cleveland. That was about as cookie cutter an offense as you're ever going to find. And you see why Robbie Anderson only runs one route. He's only capable of that.
Why is he only capable of running one route? He's mostly a guy who runs deep routes. Deep route.
Probably doesn't know the playbook.
Have you ever seen the video? You always say like, "Oh, I've never heard him talk before." Do you not remember last year or a few years ago when he was traded? Well, Grumpy, this just shows your inability to remember things. Maybe you're a dullard to Grump.
Maybe
those statements towards others. But do you remember when he had come out? They had asked him a little bit about the Sir Purr, and he said, "What is that?" And he's talking about the mascot. Somebody was talking about the mascot of the Panthers, and he said he didn't think it was a Panther. He didn't put two and two together, the fact that they were called the Carolina Panthers and Sir Purr was a Panther. Let me try to see if I can pull that up.
I remember that.
Funny little bit.
I remember that, but I don't remember him actually speaking.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. Again, yes, I'm questioning his intelligence. I absolutely am.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Let's get it, baby. Good luck. You special today, baby. I believe in you, baby. Coming to you early. Let's go. Make a play. Out the gate.
Bridgewater out of the shotgun to start. The quick slant is complete to the 47 and a first for the touchdown.
Great job.
What's that bear doing?
What's that bear doing?
That's Sir Purr.
Who?
Sir Purr.
How you say that? Sir Purr. Sir Purr. Oh, Sir Purr. Wow. You call him that?
Yeah, that's his name.
So you be like, "What's up, Sir Purr?"
What's that bear doing?
You know what? How about learning your playbook?
I did like that. I did like that for the mascot. What's that bear doing up there?
You know, Curtis Samuel no longer plays there. He went to Washington, and I know why, because he had Robbie Anderson as a teammate. If I got to explain this type of shit to you during the game, we got problems. I'm just telling you.
I don't even know if they won that game or not.
I don't know either.
Good gracious. James F said, TJ, I think the Devils drafted this Russian player, 6'6", 235 pounds. You have any stats on him? I don't know. Let me try. I'll get it pulled up here as we're talking about our next item. But let's talk a little bit about a guy who's another one of those make or break type seasons. I think he's not going to be able to foot the bill, just like I think Baker's not going to be able to foot the bill. Jameis Winston, Grump, coming back this year. For the Saints, do you think he's going to be an adequate quarterback? Will he be able to foot the bill for the New Orleans Saints?
I'm going to tell you something right now. He's in shape.
He does look in better shape than he ever has in his career.
Absolutely.
He does look motivated. I mean, like, look at his body. He's always been a guy that carried a little pudge around his stomach. And, you know, as a quarterback, it's not the end of the world. But you talk about the dedication and the offseason work ethic. Because last year, he hurt his ACL? Was it last year?
Tore his ACL.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. He had the vision issues. He had the vision surgery 2 years ago, and the ACL was really early in this year. So obviously you could tell the rehab and the work he's been putting in. He has lost a lot of weight, and he's in good shape. But does that necessarily correlate to better play from the quarterback position? That's the question.
No, it doesn't. He's going to have to familiarize himself with the whole new wide receiver group. Remember when Breeze was there, he was getting no reps. Last year, it was him and Taysom Hill who was going to be the starter. They kind of split time, I believe, to start the year. I'm glad he's in better shape. Maybe he's taking his career a little bit more seriously than he had in the past. Good for him. He's a turnover machine, though. At least he always has been. He's not a guy who has a quick release. He's mostly a deep ball thrower. That's not the offense that New Orleans runs. I mean, I'm gonna say, just looking at the shape, he'll be better than he was, but I don't think the record would be as good as when Breeze was there. Let me just put it to you that way.
Well, the record wasn't that great either when you look at it and say, okay, after Breeze, the years after Breeze, the team hasn't been as good. And Drew Brees was finished his last year there anyway.
Drew Brees only been gone 1 year. He's just been gone 1 year.
Okay, I don't expect their record to be better without Breeze this next year. Breeze, even though he was finished as a quarterback, I think the team was assembled better. Last year, they didn't have Michael Thomas. They had a lot of people not there that they were expecting to be there.
I just wonder how good Michael Thomas is going to be with Jameis Winston. I think he was a good fit for Breeze, guy with a quick release, makes good reads, quick reads. But I don't think that's Jameis Winston. At least it hasn't been in his entire career. Maybe it is that now, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're good enough. They might make the playoffs because the NFC's weak, but I don't think they're a threat. That said, they own.
They're not winning their conference. That's pretty obvious, right? They're not. I mean, like the Carolina Panthers. I don't expect them to be a fantastic team. That's a team, if they want a road to making the playoffs, they have got to squeak in through a wild card spot. They're not winning the conference. The Atlanta Falcons are miserable.
Division. You mean division?
I'm sorry, division. Keep saying conference, but I mean division. The Falcons should. They're going to be a cellar dweller, right? I have to assume the Falcons are going to be one of the worst teams in that division.
I agree. Carolina. Carolina's probably going to be. It's going to be Carolina and Atlanta.
Be a middle of the road team, right in the middle. Even with Christian McCaffrey healthy, right in the middle.
Okay, which will be improvement for them. But here's the thing: New Orleans absolutely owns Tampa Bay. I mean, they just do. I think they've beaten them 5 straight times in the regular season, or 6 straight times in the regular season.
Even last year,
they swept them last year too. Matter of fact, the game where Jameis Winston tore his ACL.
Oh, yeah, Trevor Siemian came in, yeah.
Trevor Siemian, third-string quarterback, came in and beat them. But here's the thing. They don't have that Tampa Bay doesn't have that dope as head coach anymore. I don't know how much better Todd Bowles is going to be, but Bruce Arians was not the man. That much I can tell you.
You're not that guy. Christopher C. said, I have a good formula for building a championship Islanders team. Unrestricted free agent stars, give them the money. Underperformance players, send to Bridgeport. Team wins. Keep the same players, plus build around the young ones equals a powerhouse team. What do you think, Grump?
Can you put that back up? Good formula.
Well, there was 2 different comments. I had to go one comment to the other.
I understand. One is UFA stars, give them the money. Underperformance players, send them to Bridgeport. Team wins. Keep the same players and build around the young ones. Equal powerhouse team. What do you think? The problem is the underperforming players, they count just the same against the salary cap, even if you send them down to the minors.
Well, you save like $1.2 million of cap space. It's not enough to make it worthwhile.
Right. The issue for me, the problem is all those guys are in their 30s on those big contracts. They're all going to be here another 2-3 years. Until you get rid of them, you can't really bring anybody in. That's why I keep on saying you have to move players out offensively before you can bring any in, because you have 14 guys, 14 forwards already signed. Can't bring in more without offloading somebody. I just don't know if Lamoriello is capable of doing that. What do you think? What do you think, DJ?
They're not going to be able to move and jettison off the players because they haven't shown the want to do that. Free agency starts Wednesday. I firmly believe we're not making any trades. We're not trading away guys like Bailey. We're not trading away guys like Pavillier. So we're not going to have any roster spots open for forwards. We're going to go ahead and spend the remaining cap space or a portion of the remaining cap space on a bottom 6 left-handed defenseman. We're going to add another one of those, and that's what our offseason is going to look like. That is what our offseason move is going to be. It's going to be underwhelming, and it's all to do with the fact that Lou Lamoriello refuses to make any moves that are going to move this team forward. So
I 100% disagree with bringing in another veteran defenseman. I just don't see that.
You don't think they're going to bring in another veteran defenseman?
You just signed 2 Bridgeport guys to one-way deals. That means they're both going to be up with the team. You're not signing a guy to a one-way deal and sending him down to Bridgeport. That's not happening.
Okay. Lou Lamoriello said in an ideal world, he brings in a left-handed defenseman that moves the puck well, more offensive-minded, and left-handed defenseman that's more of a defensive defenseman.
He's not going to spend $5 million on a left-handed defenseman when he just picked one up. It's not going to happen.
I said that for a portion, Grump.
That's not happening.
Okay. We'll wait and see because no trades have been made. Drew L says, Grump sent you a couple memes to you in the Grumpy Old Man. That's right. Well, it was funny. Drew L did catch a live video of Robbie Anderson at the time of trade when they did acquire Baker Mayfield. He was unhappy, breaking laptops around, smashing TVs. Honestly, Grumpy Old Man, he kind of looks a little bit like Chris Sale did after his rehab start. Did you happen to see that, Grumpy? Chris Sale was a little upset after his rehab start in AAA for the Wilkes-Barre team.
I did. I think it was Worcester. Worcester was the team.
Was that, Grump? I couldn't hear you.
I think the team was Worcester. The Worcester Red Sox.
Maybe it is. Give me 1 second. You said you did happen to see it. Give me a moment.
It was kind of like, it was like a Bigfoot sighting, kind of. Go ahead. Yeah, here it is. You kind of see it.
It was like a big. Why don't you tell me what you mean by it was like a Bigfoot sighting?
You kind of see it. You kind of don't see it. You know, it's kind of blurry photography.
It's another one of these situations where the dummy doesn't flip his phone. It keeps it portrait mode. It doesn't flip it landscape. Again, big mistake. I don't understand what's so tough with that. Always flip landscape. We need to get a campaign going to motivate people to flip the phone landscape-wise so you can actually see what the hell is going on.
And I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. Worcester. Right. What a fucking baby.
You never really see his face. Is that him or is just somebody wearing that uniform?
Yeah, he's hiding his head.
Yeah. It's like you ever see that Bigfoot sighting where it kind of looks at the camera for a half second?
It's just another bearded, skinny guy who's at 6'7", however tall Chris Sale is.
6'6".
6'6", however tall he is.
Okay.
Okay. Can we talk a little bit about this?
Can I just say
your opinion is on a guy beating the hell out of some stuff after a rehab start in AAA ball? Now, mind you, in this rehab start, he had 72 pitches. He pitched 3.2 innings, had 1 earned run, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 5 walks. It wasn't a great outing. He did walk a few people. He didn't have a great control of it. Didn't have great control of the ball. Did walk a few people, but this reaction I think is absurd.
Okay, before he also spoke about this after when this video got leaked, and he said, he's always been told that, you take things back into the clubhouse. You don't do it in front of people. You take it out. You go back in the clubhouse where people don't see him. So I think he was disappointed in whoever was videoing this, to be honest with you. So
Get the fuck over it.
Here's the thing. He always does this. He takes full responsibility for his actions. Always. He always throws himself on the sword. My thing is, when you do these same type of things over and over again, maybe you should think a little bit before you do those things, because he's very contrite after the fact, very much so.
Which makes me think it's just all BS. You don't. Okay. How many times can you pretend or claim to be contrite of, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I didn't mean to go ahead and tear through thousands of dollars of furniture and equipment and all this other stuff, start breaking brooms and ripping stuff off the walls. This is in AAA.
He said he was
AAA game. Welcome.
He said he's going to pay for everything. He realized it. Like I said, I don't think Chris Sale is a bad guy. I just think and he felt that the umpire was absolutely squeezing him in that game. And I think that's why he was so upset.
It's not like you're playing in Game 7 of the World Series. You're coming back from a major injury, trying to get back on the mound and get back to the MLB. Maybe that's not the reaction I would ever imagine. Here's the thing. I've never understood why they throw little tantrums. They get all pissy and they throw a little tantrum and they throw a tantrum out. I've never been one of those type of guys. And to see him doing this in a AAA game is just like, yikes. In my opinion,
he's a competitor. He's absolutely a competitor.
I get it. Maybe next time, go ahead and go out there and pitch and get your spots in the zone. You know what I mean? Well, that's how you compete, not by slamming shit in the locker room in the dugout.
But he felt he was getting squeezed big time by Angel Hernandez, the umpire.
Hold on, Angel Hernandez was not the umpire in a AAA game.
It was the minor league Angel Hernandez, his brother.
It was his brother, Angel Hernandez. Do you like how he had to do like a little double jump on this one? He tries to rip this off here. And he,
Whoever installed it initially did a pretty good job. Whoever installed it initially did a good job.
yeah, I just don't understand this. I never have. I never will.
He's
Like,
a
okay,
competitor.
okay, it's different when you throw the water cooler, and I don't mind when a manager goes out there and throws a baseball bat. It's not like we're ripping shit off the walls and slamming stuff and breaking. He's like going WWE with chairs go bam, bam, bam.
Okay.
Like
Do you think this never happens in clubhouses? Here's the thing.
no, I don't say that. I'm never a fan when I see that, and to see this in the AAA game.
Here's the
it's just a
problem.
little different.
Somebody violated the sanctity of the clubhouse and leaked this video. That's what the problem was.
Hold on. This is a fan. This is a fan who just stuck his phone down the clubhouse because he heard banging and shit going on. You could see there's already shit mangled on the ground. He just stuck his little camera, right down there. Maybe that's why he didn't have it landscape mode. He stuck his camera down there. It wasn't like this was an employee doing this.
What would this guy? So this guy, okay, I don't believe it because they don't
listen to the conversation they're having. It's a fan. Listen to it again. Hold on, listen. Do you see it?
Yeah, I need more guards here. I need more guards here.
That is not a member and an employee of the team. It's like fans that are talking. Do you see it? Yeah, I see it. I can't believe he's tearing stuff up. No, this is a fan.
I don't think you can get your camera like that. They don't let you hang over the dugout. I'm just telling you. Have you ever been to a baseball game? Probably not.
Yeah, I've never been to a baseball game ever.
They don't let you hang over and drop your phone down so you can see what's going on. They don't let you do that. There are people there on the dugouts, on the top of the dugouts. They don't let you crawl around on top of the dugout and look into what's going on back there. They don't let that happen. This was some type of dark ops, black ops operation. Somebody trying to make Chris Sale look bad. That's what I think.
Oh my God.
I like Chris Sale. He's on my fantasy team. He's coming back for a 2-start week next week. I'm ready to go.
My God, you piss me off anytime you talk about that dumb bait fan.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Give me a sec. I'm trying to pull up what the exact stadium looks like in the
Worcester.
Yeah, hold on a second. Well, yeah, I'm trying to pull it up to see if I can get the exact look, so we could see exactly where this transpired, Grump.
And nobody's gonna it's like somebody sees it, like, what the hell are you doing?
What I assume happened is a fan reached from this spot right over here. He reached his little tiny camera right from here and poked it right in this area here and happened to catch him. It wasn't like that. That wasn't a player out there who was bad and grumpy, who's playing the field, or a guy who was sitting as a DH. He wasn't going, holy shit, look at Chris Sale.
You don't even know where the clubhouse is. You're just guessing now.
Grumpy. This is where it goes right from the dugout right into the club, right down there, Grump. And that's where they captured the video.
How do you know?
Confirmed by a fan. Just listen to what they
you're just making up. Just making it up as usual.
Just listen to how it is, Grumpy. This is not how employees talk. Okay, listen again. Listen one more time. I'll let the listeners of the show be the final determining factor.
Yeah, I need more guards here. I need more guards here. Yeah, I need more guards.
Do you see it? And he starts talking to some like.
They probably. Hey, do you see the popcorn? Do you see my hot dog? You got my drink over there? Yeah, I got it. Hold on, here it is.
Oh bullshit! They're talking about this guy going bananas over here, Grumpy, tearing stuff off the walls.
You're making it up.
Oh,
it's totally ridiculous as usual.
Okay, gracious. Anyway, so I thought you'd find that one a little entertaining.
But he threw himself. He absolutely threw himself on his sword. Said, "I'm going to pay for everything. It was wrong. They always say take it in the clubhouse. That's what I did. I didn't expect anybody to see that. I mean, here's the thing. He seems like a stand-up guy. He always does. If he pitches poorly, he says, I was crap today. I respect guys like that. I just do. Sorry.
Let's not tear stuff up anymore. Let's act like a grown-up.
You know what he didn't say? Oh, who's going to be our manager? No, he didn't do that.
Grumpy, when we traded the third
shake his head.
Off, did I start picking stuff up and start throwing it against walls? No. The old Grump. I don't throw a little temper tantrum, start smashing shit. Anyway, so yes, speaking of that, yes, I figured you'd catch that one a little interesting. So, putting your body on the line, Grumpy, that's one of those items. I mean, you mentioned a little bit about Angel Hernandez. Well, or Angel Hernandez Jr. Well, Angel Hernandez happened to pop up a little bit in the news once again, Grumpy old man, for actually what I'd say was a fantastic call by him. I mean, he's doing a great job. He's fighting the good fight. Remember, the reason why he's not been promoted and gets these higher roles is because of his ethnicity, apparently, is what he claims. But I've never seen a man make more mistakes than Angel Hernandez and still keep his job. I want to say he's probably the worst umpire out there in the field. Doesn't matter whether he's behind home plate, whether he's at third base, first base, he's a miserable umpire across the board. And he happened to make waves once more with another fantastic call. Angel Hernandez, here we go.
Pitches to right-hand hitters.
That's a fair foul ball.
Foul ball.
And the Rangers catch a break there. That ball ate up Smith. And again, it's not reviewable, but it looked like it bounced right over the bag.
That's not Angel Hernandez.
It's a good shot of
That
it
is
here.
Angel Hernandez.
That is without question a fair ball.
Had to hit the line, too.
On the line.
Fuck.
Oh.
Good grief.
It goes over the
It went
base,
over the
too,
bag
so
and
that's
hit the
always
tuck
fair.
line.
But it hit the line. It hit
I
the
know.
line.
Angel Hernandez, back at it again, bro.
Is that Angel Hernandez?
Yes, that's Angel Hernandez.
He sucks.
Absolutely, it is.
I don't know how you
Because
missed
of his
that.
positioning.
He sucks. He's
You
one of the
probably
worst
never
officials there are in the
saw-
sport. Yes, Grumpy. Do you not recognize that face? The man who terrorizes baseball fans for years and years and years. Angel Hernandez, Grump.
No.
Yes.
I mean, that ball hit the line. It was
Yes.
obvious it hit the line.
He's got to get that one right. Anyway, so he pops up there. That's always fun. That's always a fun one, Grump. But yes, Angel Hernandez back at it again. And I wanted to show you a play that
You know who was really pissed at that? Byron Buxton.
Well, that's what I was about to
Baseball.
say. I wanted to ask you this question too, as I kind of get the next little portion loaded up. How the hell is not almost every single play in the MLB reviewable? You look at how other sports have done it with sports reviews. They err on the side of caution and say, "Well, we will wait. We'll let it play out. And then if it's a foul ball, right, we'll call it a foul ball. If it's a fair ball, we'll call it a fair ball, and it's just going to play out the same way it is." I don't know why the MLB doesn't have that as a reviewable item, because it's very cut and dry. If it hits the line, right, it's going to be fair. If it misses the line, it's going to be foul. And it just would count as a strike and a foul ball if it actually went foul. And if it goes fair, you don't have a situation like this, because the way that ball takes a bounce, Byron Buxton is at least at a double. He's at least on second base after that hit.
Yeah, for me, of all the sports, and I'm on the record as saying I think that instant replay has gone too far now, where you're looking at, in basketball, well, did he touch with a fingernail? Oh, well, see, the spin looks like it was maybe altered a little bit on the ball when it was that's too much. I'm sorry. It should be for egregious errors, first of all. That's in basketball. And then in football, a lot of stuff is judgment calls. But baseball, and same thing with hockey, right? Their reviews are pretty quick for the most part. Offsides.
Yeah.
Did the puck go in the net before something happened? Baseball is, everything is fair, foul. They don't do balls and strikes. So, did his foot hit the plate before he was tagged? I mean, those type of reviews should only take about 20 seconds each. I love how they do it in tennis. You ever see tennis when they make a challenge? They just zoom it up, zoop, in, out. Nobody even knows if they was or not. But as far as those things, it's like, oh, they just put up the little, like the little animated screen. They show the ball going real slow and then bang, in, out. And everyone, ah! I mean, like I said, does anyone know if it's really true? Nobody. But
I couldn't even tell you how the hell that gets done, to be honest with you.
No, but they do it so damn quick that I have no problem with how they do that in tennis. I have no problem at all. Baseball should be real easy, though. But it's not.
Gotcha. I want to go ahead and show you this next one, Grump. Now, trying to make a spectacular play out here. A foul ball hero going after the ball at an Atlanta Braves game. Was that, Grump?
I see this poor little kid with the glasses. I just hope he doesn't get hit in the face with the ball.
Hold on. So let's do this. What do you think is going to happen next?
I think the little kid's going to get hit in the face with the ball is what I think is going to happen. The little kid with the goggles on.
Okay.
Look how he's fielding. Oh, what is this?
Good gracious. Maybe honestly, we're gonna try to. I think going forward, we should do one of those where I present you, and we should do a what happens next. I will give you options. I'll make sure I have it pre-done beforehand. I'm gonna give you multiple choice options, and I'll let you pick one. But
I absolutely love that.
This is you have inspired this, Grumpy. So that's what we're gonna do going forward. We're gonna have one of those a show as well. So I want to watch this. This is a foul ball that these individuals are going for.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
When you do that, look at him. I knew he was going to miss it. You should put down something where there's a sadistic answer, because I guarantee just myself, I'm probably going to pick that one every time.
Okay.
Look at this kid. You can tell why he's not playing baseball. Maybe he's adult.
Maybe he
I don't
does
know.
play baseball, Nicholas, or Grumpy. Jesus H. Maybe he does play. Anyway, let's go ahead and get that pulled. Oops.
Watch this.
Oh, God.
Oh,
another angle. I'm glad he got the ball. You make that kind of effort.
That's
Watch
right.
this.
Okay. This guy looks like an adult now that I watch it a little closer.
Yeah, he's not.
This guy, man, oh man, he didn't even want to get under that ball.
Move your feet.
White shirt over there didn't get under the ball.
No, his name is Specs.
Jesus, look at this guy. He is diving for this thing. He
gets a.
He does get a fingertips on it.
Did the rotation change on that a little bit? Did he get his
It did. The rotation changed just slightly. See how it was on this angle?
Yeah,
it was falling kind of
my
at
gosh.
it was falling about at a 15-degree angle, and right here we see it drop straight to the ground. Look at the mouth open as he's diving. He's not only diving over one row of chair, he's diving over 2 rows of chairs trying to make this catch.
This
He's
reminds
already
me,
airborne at this point.
This reminds me of Robin Van Persie diving for a header on a pass from Daley Blind in the World Cup
Davy Blind.
in 2014, Netherlands against Spain. And the guy looks like a porpoise going out there. And you know what I feel? Now, here's the thing. Normally, if you make an effort like that and you take a chair to the face, you got to keep that ball. But I mean, look at the little kid back behind him there with the glove. He's there with his dad. And he's like, oh man, I wish I could get that ball. You should give that kid the ball. You know who should never get the ball? Specs. Specs should never get that ball.
Oh, Specs doesn't get that ball. But I'm more looking at, look at this guy who made the dive, the ultimate sacrifice. And I don't know if he eats it with his face first or how that works, because I'm not sure if it's his jaw or his arms. No, it's definitely his face. Holy hell.
I mean, it looks like
his face eats that plastic, that warm plastic chair. And you might think, oh, wow, the warm plastic chair, maybe it's a little bit more malleable. Maybe no. He ate that shit.
It looks like he jumped over a row of seats to go for that.
That's what he said. He jumped 2 rows of seats jumping after this.
It reminds me of Derek Jeter.
I was about to say the same damn thing. Jumping into the crowds, jumping into the stands. Boom.
And Jeter came out bleeding, and he comes out with his reputation
even
enhanced. God. This guy, no one's going to say, hey, look at Johnny dive over the thing here.
Look how his body moves. And then as you still get that downward momentum, his head is just boom bouncing up because he took all of that off the face.
Feet in the air. Woo, look at that.
He's right here.
Fully prone. I mean, look at him. He's totally laid out.
Look at little Calvin Jr. back there. He's got his little tongue out. He's ready to get that ball. And look at everybody else's reactions.
Look at Specs. Specs just keeps backing away. And who's the guy next to
I'm just happy he didn't dive, eat the chair, and then Specs comes and picks the ball up after he's sacrificed so much.
Here's the thing. He should have got up and beat the shit out of Specs.
No, why would he come and beat the hell out of Specs?
You're not getting that ball. Honestly, the guy gives such an effort. Hey, buddy.
No matter who catches that ball, you got to give it to this.
You got to get. I'm sorry. I'll give you the ball. It meant a lot to you. It meant a lot to him, obviously.
Look at how far back he's jumping from.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's jumping over rows of seats. I mean, how drunk do you have to be to jump over rows of seats?
He still had a pretty good jump to it, so I would say not too obliterated. He has to have the right amount to where he's got liquid courage, but not enough to where he's like staggering all over the place.
Unless he's a superhero who's really drunk, and it really limits, his ability to dive in the right direction. I don't know. But here's the thing. For anybody it's not like there's like mattresses down there or something to break his fall. He's jumping over seats. You're going to catch plastic in the face.
Hey man, how often do you have a foul ball and an MLB game come your way? Not often.
Just buy yourself one at the gift shop. Just go ahead, do it.
It won't have the same memory as that broken jaw and that scarred up chin that he's going to carry forever, Grump.
Yep. Hey, remember that summer that I had to drink milkshakes all summer? This is the reason why.
Look at this. Oh, man, from the other angle.
Boing. Bang. Oh, it doesn't look as bad from that angle.
Well, because we don't see his face just
look at
smash
that.
off the plastic.
He almost, he could have crotched himself on a chair. That would have been worse.
Oh, man. I'm just happy he didn't come up with any blood, no blood coming off. Look at his.
Woohoo!
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, like, based off of that catch, did he break?
It's like, I don't got no teeth.
Did the glasses break in half? No, they didn't. Okay.
No. Oh.
He made the catch. Man, oh, man. Good for him.
Hold on.
Maybe he did break his glasses. Yeah, but he got the ball. He got the foul ball, baby.
Whoa, look at me. Everybody's looking. Look at the big lady. She's going, what the hell just went on behind me?
Oh, yeah. She's like, God almighty. And she's like, look at this heathen.
We need to get some videos from minor league games. I bet you they're a lot of fun. Minor league baseball games are way more fun.
That was a Phillies game, Grump.
The Phillies, not the Phillies again.
I wanted to make it the Phillies, but no, it was the Braves.
Phillies.
Something with the Phillies, and I forgot to retweet it, and I wound up losing it. But there was something funny that happened to the Phillies recently.
It's always the Phillies, the Cleveland Browns of Major League Baseball.
The freaking Phillies, Grump.
The Phillies.
So we've got a few of these now. Oh, this is one that's sent by Alexander here. Let me get some comments first. Let's get caught up on the comments before, because I don't want to be reading over comments that are way, way, way late. What's up, Alexander? How are you? The pitcher of the fam. He says, man, Chris Sale destroyed that locker room. He said, F it. And James F here saying, Grumpy, trading deadline in MLB is coming soon. Would you trade Stanton with Gallo and a package deal for a starting pitcher? Stanton has end of the season still. He's a free agent.
My gosh, I'm all for getting rid of Gallo.
Giancarlo Stanton's good though.
I mean, it depends on the caliber of pitcher you bring in. If you bring in
Walker, would be a nice pitcher for you guys, but we're not moving him.
Well, you don't need to trade any of those guys for him. But like, let's say, I mean, you're talking about. I mean, I don't even know who's available, honestly. But if you're talking about somebody who's like number 2 in somebody's rotation, I'm not a big fan of Giancarlo Stanton. I mean,
Giancarlo Stanton, Grump.
Whatever. I remember when he used to be called Mike Stanton.
I do remember Mike Stanton. I do remember that too.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is I just don't know if I have anybody to replace him full time. And the way the team is built, it's home run or bust. Everyone knows that. Now they again tonight go up 4-0 on the Red Sox in the second inning. I mean, they just every single game they seem to do that. But for me, it depends on the level of pitcher you get back. Like for Luis Castillo, you're going to have to give to get, but Stanton is almost like addition by subtraction. I don't know if anyone values him much of anything. I mean, you got to give up Stanton.
Well, you just said Stanton's addition by subtraction. I mean, Joey
Gallo. Gallo is addition by subtraction. But Stanton, he's still going to put up good power numbers, but he doesn't hit for any average at all. It's all or nothing with him.
Go after a guy like Josh Bell.
Yeah. Why should we go after? Why should the Yankees go after Josh Bell?
Get rid of. I mean, Josh Bell is one of the guys. I mean, you look at his production this year, and he was a player, right? First base can replace Joey Gallo. Hits for average, actually.
Okay. First baseman's Anthony Rizzo.
Okay, you could play the DH. Are you trying to tell me Joey Gallo never plays the field?
He plays outfield when he plays the field. He's not a first baseman.
He doesn't play first base anymore.
No. He never plays the field. He's a DH.
Play first base.
He's a DH. Anthony Rizzo was the first baseman. When he gets a day off, it's LeMahieu who plays first.
Gotcha. Sorry, Grump. I don't watch every Yankee game. I'm sorry. I don't know all the lineups of every MLB team.
I think there's a reason why you want Josh Bell traded to the Yankees myself. I believe he's on your fantasy baseball team. Josh
Bell is going to be traded somewhere. The Washington Nationals are not winning the division. They're not making the playoffs. They're going to trade a guy like that. The Wicker Man said Robbie Anderson can't be doing things like that and let a video get leaked. He said, yeah, Sale should be mad at that guy. Nobody should have filmed it. I don't know. I think the film was done by a fan. So
I don't think so.
He said he would cover all costs, Alexander says. James F. saying, I think the Yankees won't re-sign back Giancarlo Stanton. Therefore, trade him while you still can get value for him.
Here's the thing. They are the, odds-on favorite to be in the World Series this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You really want to break up that? Do you want to break that up? I wouldn't re-sign him. Absolutely not. I don't think he's anywhere near worth the contract that he's going to potentially get. For me, he's going to take a pay cut next year. Absolutely. I don't care where he goes. But he's hurt all the time also.
Alexander says, guys, as a Mets fan, I'm starting to hit the panic button. All of a sudden, this team can't hit.
They got some injuries. You know what? If you can pitch, they're going to make the playoffs, right? If you can pitch, you're going to go real deep in the playoffs. Real deep. I mean, DeGrom's coming back in the next couple of weeks.
Charlie Marte's still out with injury, too. I mean, James McCann went out injured as well.
Marte hurt his groin yesterday, had an MRI today. It's okay. He's just day to day.
James McCann is out injured. I mean, like that. I mean, those are big bats, big producers for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the bats do need to warm up a bit, though. There's no doubt about it. Joseph C says here, they don't have to re-sign back Stanton. He signed until 2027. It's Judge they have to re-sign.
Okay, yeah. Again, is Judge going to be worth the contract you give him at his age? I don't know. I know he puts up big numbers, but are you going to want to give him a 10-year deal? How old is he? 27, 28?
28. Yeah. Giancarlo Stanton's 32 years old.
Okay.
Man, Giancarlo Stanton, you forget how long he played in Miami for. Or was it the Florida Marlins at a time period? Was it always Miami? He didn't join the Marlins until he was 25 years old.
Yeah. I forget who he played with before then.
No, it was the Marlins. The Marlins for 3 years and then the Yankees.
Okay.
What grump? Oh. Alexander says, Operation Chris Sale destroy locker room. James F says here, TJ, why is the dugout behind third base not closer to home plate? Where are we in Fenway Park? No, wherever the one is for Worcester.
Yeah, TJ doesn't know shit.
It was Worcester. That's where it was. That's where he was playing. That's what it said on the jersey.
You said, you said
Wilkes-Barre. Sorry, Grumpy. I did. After I looked at that before the podcast, I couldn't remember the AAA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. Grumpy, I try, Grump. I try. Alexander says, oh my God, guys. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Cracking me up right now. Well, thank you, Alexander. And Angel Hernandez says Wickerman might be the worst ump of all time. He's hideous.
He's pretty bad.
I
won't say all time. I won't say all time, but he's pretty bad.
He's one of the worst. He is one of the worst umpires. Oh gosh, Tony Queso says I don't like confidently sitting back. I don't like confident sitting back in his chair. TJ, Tony Queso, I don't like how I can't see your image. That's what I don't like, Tony Queso. Alexander says you guys have got to hear Gary Cohen call on the bug.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either, Alexander. The Wicker Man says he was out of position. That's how Grumpy. He couldn't see it or see the hit the foul line. And did you see that catch by Byron Buxton? He's a great fielder.
He's a tremendous fielder.
He's really developed the ability to hit too.
Yeah, he was a 5-tool player, but couldn't put the bat on the ball.
He was originally traded, I think, from the Tigers to the Marlins, or was that Cameron Maybin? I know Cameron Maybin also did that. Where the hell was Buxton originally from?
I think he was with Minnesota his whole career.
No way.
Okay.
Give me a sec. I'll pull up. I'm trying to pull up the catch. Give me a sec.
Yeah. I mean, before he had the couple of knee injuries, I mean, he still steals bases, but he had unreal speed before he had the 2 knee injuries.
All I remember the speedy guys, right? But after Jose Reyes, who is unbelievably quick, you had D. Gordon for a few years for the Dodgers. You had Billy Hamilton for a few years for the Reds. Byron Buxton was another guy who steals bases in droves. I mean, who is it now? Would you say the guy from the Dodgers, Grump? Trey Turner is probably the quickest guy, or at least snagging bases at this moment.
When I was a kid, stealing bases, they were guys at 100 a year. You had
players throw harder now.
But I don't care how hard they throw. Base stealing it's based on reading a pitcher and every other thing. They don't even try it anymore. It's because everything's a home run. They don't try to manufacture runs. That's the reason why. You had Bert Campaneris, Maury Wills, Billy North, then Ricky Henderson, Lou Brock. These guys were stealing 100 bases a year. Vince Coleman, Willie McGee. I mean, they just did it all the time. Don't tell me the players are fast as hell now. I mean, no, they just don't do it.
You were right, Grumpy, by the way. He was drafted by Minnesota and has been with Minnesota his entire career.
Yeah, he's just been injury prone. I mean, he's hurt every single year. I don't think he's ever had a fully healthy year.
Last year was a really good year for him, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
My God, you look back at the draft class, the 2012 draft class, Carlos Correa, first overall, Mike Zunino. I remember him as a catcher, supposed to be, all that in a bag of chips. Kevin Gausman. Oh, yeah.
He's good.
Alberto Mora, Max Fried, Mark Appel.
He just made his MLB debut this year.
Well, that was when he was drafted 8th by the Pirates, and he was drafted 1st overall by the Houston Astros, I believe. Yeah, he was drafted 8th overall by the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2012, and then he was drafted 1st overall in 2013 by the Houston Astros.
Yeah, nice to see him play. 30 years old, making a major league debut.
4 innings pitched so far this year, 0 earned runs, only 1 hit, 2 walks.
Good for him.
I hope a guy like that pans out.
Let's
I
see
hope
this
a guy like that, digs himself and carves himself out a little bit of a successful career.
Yeah. Let's see that catch.
Okay. Give me a sec, Grumpy. I got sidetracked. Oh, there's no volume with it. Whoo! I gotta watch this replay again. I thought Gordon was gonna come over there and make that snag there for a second.
There's my boy,
Mark Semien.
He looks like he's a little concussed. No, he looks okay.
Looks a little tired. Please show us the replay. Oh, you shit me. Okay,
maybe just show it in half speed.
All right, let me go ahead and get you another one, Grump. Damn it, that was not a good one. Here we go. Give me a sec.
So far against Sonny Gray.
Maybe can we see it?
Field.
Give me a sec, Grump.
On the track and
wow.
Did Boston catch that ball? Oh my goodness, he did!
Incredible.
Running behind Gordon and making a tremendous catch.
Wow.
With a smile on his
That is
face.
great. You got that guy flashing in front of your face like that and still able to hold that in.
It's a lot of
Nick
focus
Gordon
right
played
there.
in front of
A
him,
lot of
just,
focus.
completely in his line of sight. Yeah,
An incredible catch. In a ballpark he
Sonny
hasn't played
Gray.
many games in.
That's a hell of a catch right there, Grump.
Fantastic.
The Wicker Man also says, Grumpy, I don't think he was a drunk, just a little crazy for doing that. Yeah, I was about to say. Christopher C said, TJ, reviews take forever. That's why. I feel like it would be easy for the I don't know.
They should just do whatever they do at Wimbledon. At the tennis. Just
for the foul balls, it would be easy to be like they could immediately pull up. I mean, you're right. Wimbledon, they do it. How long do you think does it take there? Like 10 seconds?
10 seconds
You
top.
say review, and it just it goes to this automated board where everybody looks up for a second, and it goes it goes like this. You see a little virtual ball hit it, and it changes angle, and it says in or it says out, and then there's no complaining after that.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
They
man.
just throw, whatever. Hey, throw up 4-B left ad court. Throw it in there. Hit. No, it was out. Okay, that was in.
Drew L said, well, the Yankees might have started Matt Carpenter full time over Joey Gallo at this point. I was about to say Matt Carpenter's playing well. They just don't commit to him enough because the outfield lineup has been Hicks in left, Judge in center, Stanton in right.
Yeah, I just worry about playoffs.
Alexander said, I forgot to ask you guys yesterday if Pilot hits free agency, would you want to sign him on a 3-year, $4 million AAV? That seems reasonable.
Palat from Tampa.
Okay. Well, Palat's not hitting free agency, I don't think.
No, I think that Tampa's going to re-sign him.
I think that's why they moved McDonough, was to make sure they had enough space left for Andre Palat.
That's the reason.
Christopher C said here, did you guys see the Mets game yesterday? The way they won was the exact way they did against the Red Sox in the 86 World Series. Yeah, Tim Scott throws the ball away on a throwing error, and they go ahead and they score to go ahead and win for, was it Hernandez's number was retired for the Mets yesterday, right, Crump?
Number 17, yep, Keith Hernandez. He was a valuable member of that 1986 championship team, came over from the St. Louis Cardinals. Not that year, but came over from the Cardinals after he won the MVP. He actually tied with Willie Stargell one year. I think it was 1982. They tied for winning the MVP. And then he had a cocaine issue. That's when cocaine was rampant in Major League Baseball at that time. And he got dealt to the Mets, and rest is history. Probably one of the top defensive first basemen in the history of the game, without a doubt. Keith Hernandez. Not a big home run guy, good for average, knocked in a lot of runs, really good player.
Give me a sec. I'm trying to pull up the replay, Grumpy, if you want to keep talking about Hernandez until I get that pulled up.
Yeah, I saw a nice little interview where they were asking him questions, and he was really, really emotional.
Scott.
I also remember when he did a few episodes of Seinfeld. He dated Elaine a couple of times, or first time, and he meets Jerry, and he asks him to help him move out of the apartment. It's like, okay. And then, Jerry starts talking like, how long do you have to know somebody before they can ask you to move? I mean, just one of those typical Seinfeld, Much Ado About Nothing episodes that were just, the hallmark of that TV show. I mean, great show.
Okay. This is how the game ended. It was Tanner Scott, not Tim Scott. And Brandon gets one back to the mound. Bobbles for a moment by Scott. Throws.
Here comes Dino, and the Mets win it! Oh, wow! The Marlins melting down the bottom of the 10th, and the Mets rally for 2 runs with 2 out to win it 5-4.
Yikes.
Well,
let me ask you what's worse, the bobble of the ball or the bad throw?
It's the bad throw, because he still had plenty of time. I mean, the ball's at his hip. He picks it up. He rushes it. He didn't need to rush it. He had forever.
Holy shit.
He had forever. And he just set your – what the hell is the first baseman doing? What are you doing bailing out? Go for that thing. He goes, no, don't want to – he looks like Cam Newton going after a fumble in the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Sell out, bro.
I gotta watch
catch
that
the ball, the
time.
game's over. Okay, think about it. It's not even a short hop. All he's got to do is extend that way. Look at where it bounces.
It's odd.
He just bails. He just freaking bails.
Aren't usually first basemen lefties?
Yes, that's why you want a lefty first baseman.
Why the hell is this first baseman a righty?
I think it's Jesus Aguilar, right? He's a righty. That's why you want lefty first base.
Righties on first base. You're right, because if this is a situation where the guy is a lefty, right, he just reaches out and snags that, no problem.
Yep. I mean, he just no, let it go. Nothing. Look at where it bounces. Go for it. I mean, not a great throw, but man, you got to extend on that. At least try. I mean, never even stretch.
That's just because of the way because of his handiness. Yeah. But yes, so throws it away, and the Mets get a win, and they score 2 runs in the 10th, the bottom of the 10th, in order to win on Keith Hernandez's jersey retirement.
Yeah, good for them.
Absolutely, Grump. Alexander says, guys, Eduardo Escobar sucks, and Francisco Lindor strikes out with runners on the corners to end the game. Lindor is terrible, as well as $310 million for what guy that can't even hit over 300?
You forget where the Mets were before signing him. They made the trade to get him and Carrasco. This is when Cohen first came in as the owner, and they wanted to make a big move. They want to improve the Mets, and they have. Let's be honest. So they had to overpay to get him to stay. Is he worth that money? No, he's not. His batting average is not great, but man, he knocks in a lot of runs. He's been pretty clutch for him for the most part this year.
Alexander says Angel Hernandez is worse than Don Kowarski.
Well, he needs to eat some donuts, as Jim Schoenfeld told him.
There it is. Drew L said, "Oh, by the way, TJ wasn't here, but did you see defensive back Cooper movie on Netflix? On Netflix Picture that was coming out." Yes, Grumpy. They were coming out with a movie. I believe it's a documentary on defensive back Cooper.
I've seen it.
Oh, what do you mean? It's brand new.
I've seen many documentaries on him.
What? I'll tell you this much.
Cooper.
Defensive back
It's defensive back Cooper. I'll never forget that one.
Defensive back Cooper is a highly elusive man, Grumpy. So better watch out. As Drew L said, yep, defensive back Cooper movie out coming soon to Netflix, Grump. There it is. And oh no, the Yankees are tied 6-6 against the Red Sox.
Every game's like that.
Definitely not a douche. Says, keep it up, TJ.
Oh, he's saying you're a douche.
So, but I like it there, Tom.
Dr. Douche.
Alexander says, trust me, guys, you'll laugh your tails off on the Gary Cohen's call on the bug. I sent it to you. And then Meatball Parm, Grumpy. Look at that. Meatball Parm says, good evening. The Wicker Man says, here's a question for you, Grump. In Game 6 of 1986 series, if Buckner fields that ball cleanly, does Mookie beat it out?
No.
And Grumpy, do you think that Davey Johnson was a good Mets manager?
Excellent Mets manager. Excellent. Not good. Excellent.
Meatball Parm says, chances Lou moves contracts out and gets Goudreau in a couple days. 15%. And that might be too high.
I was going to say 1%.
Yeah, 15% probably is too high. I was going to say
I just didn't want to say 0, so I say 1.
I didn't want to say 0 either because there technically is a possibility, but I'd say it's pretty slim.
I'd love for him to do that. If you're going to move contracts out, you would have done it already.
Yep.
Man. I looked at their cap situation this year and next year. It's like everybody is going to be on the team for the next 2 years for the most part. Everyone. They're all going to be here for another 2 years. At what point do you say, how many more years of not making the playoffs do you need to see before you say, all right, we got to break this up?
We've got to change something up. Anyway.
And all the guys are in their 30s. All of them are in their 30s.
James F. says, how is that the same way as a 1986 World Series? I'm 86. The ball was hit to first. That was more like a Chuck Knobloch play with him blowing bubblegum and not getting to the ball.
Man, Chuck Knobloch, he was a really good second baseman at Minnesota. Really good and good defensively. He came to the Yankees. He was good for a little while. And then he got the yips, they called it, where he couldn't throw anybody out. He just could not. There was a mental thing. He just couldn't make the throw from second base to first without throwing the dugout, throwing the stands. It was. I felt bad for him. It was terrible. They even tried him in the outfield.
He could always hit, though.
Yeah, he could. They even tried him out in the outfield for a while because just to keep his bat in the lineup. It was the weirdest thing where he just couldn't do it anymore.
My God, Chuck Knobloch. That's a name I hadn't thought of in a long time. And Alexander says, hey, how about Zach Wilson, the ultimate GOAT, sleeping with his mom's best friend? Yeah, I saw something about that. Oh, did you hear about that, Grump?
I did not hear that.
Give me a sec. Let me pull it up.
So what did Zach Wilson do?
Apparently his girlfriend, give me a sec. I'll get it pulled up. Apparently his girlfriend that he dated at BYU was starting to be dated, or a best friend of his, a wide receiver that he threw the ball to at BYU, started dating his old girlfriend. He now plays for the Washington Commanders. And Zach Wilson apparently slept with his mom or something.
Oh, it's retaliation?
Yes. Retaliation.
I'll tell you what,
sex, I guess.
You know what it tells me? Don't fuck with Zach Wilson. Don't do it. I mean, that's hardcore. I mean, come on. Zach Wilson. I'm not messing with you, brother. I'm not going to say anything bad about you ever. I don't think I ever had, thank goodness. I'm afraid what the hell he'd do to me.
Okay, so hold on a second. This was obviously okay. Oh shit. It was sent by KFC. I hate that son of a bitch. KFC does now. You have no social media presence. He does the 1 minute report, and he's always just, I mean, awful. I hate this guy.
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
No. But apparently, It says, who doesn't love a little gossip? The word on IG in the streets is that Zach Wilson's ex-girlfriend is now dating his former BFF, BYU roommate, and current Commanders wide receiver Dax Milne. And Wilson and Milne are no longer follow each other on Twitter or IG.
Okay.
So apparently that's where it started. Then this Abigail, who I guess is Spencer Davidson says homie hopper, and then this person, apparently Abigail, I'm not sure if that is the girl who's in question, who now has switched, who she's dating. She said he was sleeping with his mom's best friend. That's the real homie hopper. So apparently he had been
his
sleeping
mom's
with
best friend.
Was that?
Oh, wait. So no, Zach Wilson is doing his own mom's best friend.
That's correct.
So maybe she
No, not his mom's best friend. His best friend's mom.
It says his mom's best friend.
Shh. They're talking about the homie hopper. They're talking about Dax Milne. He was the homie hopper. He jumped, or his girl had jumped from Zach Wilson to Zach Milne. Now they were coming at Zach Milne for being this girl for being a homie hopper. She dropped from one friend to the next friend and now is sleeping with her. So she, Abigail, who is dating Dax Milne, then said, well, the real homie hopper is Zach Wilson, who's sleeping with his mom's or his best friend's mom.
No. She says his mom's best friend. Everything says his mom's best friend. It doesn't say his best friend's mom. He said his mom's best friend. Every single one says mom's best friend. So like his mom, Mrs. Wilson, had a friend who lived next door, and he was snaking her. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay, give me a second. Oh, we're looking at the Daily Mail. This is 100% good. The Daily Mail.
But the Daily Mail usually has the pictures to go with it.
Yes, I know. Hold on a second. It's still loading. It's loading everything through. You are learning about this live, everybody. If you have not heard this, I'm learning about this live with the grumpy old man. So sorry, this is not something I have pre-planned out. This is not something I have too much into it. We usually don't venture out into the gossip world, but hey, we're here.
Okay, let's
see.
They're
Split up, blah blah. They dated since college. The pair had split up in January. Abigail claimed on Instagram, 22 years old, was sleeping with the unnamed woman and branded him a homie hopper.
Had an affair again with his mom's best friend. It was his mom's best friend. So he probably knew her for a while. She'd come over. Maybe they've been best friends for a long time. Maybe she used to powder his bottom or something when Mrs. Wilson was away, when she was babysitting. Maybe he's like, ooh, I like me some Zach Wilson when he gets a little older. And she saw a shot. She took it. Maybe that's what happened.
Meanwhile, Jets assistant equipment manager Joe McMahon slammed Milne, saying, I don't know what's going to be a bigger joke, this relationship or your NFL career. Holy shit.
Oh, that's his ex-girlfriend?
This is the girl in question right here.
Wow, she's hot.
Yeah, she's definitely. There you go. This is
honestly,
the girl in question right here.
She should have stuck with Zach. He makes a lot more money than the other guy does.
Well, let's see what Dax Milne looks like.
Okay, they can't even show his face.
Well, they're not, maybe because they're trying to do like some little special type of look. I don't know, Grump.
Yeah, whatever. I want to see the mom that he's banging.
I don't even know if that's out. I guess this is Dax Milne. Yeah, here's Dax Milne.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to carve himself out a very successful career looking at his frame. Maybe.
Tie up your pants, brother. Now, she's pretty, though. She is pretty. I want to see the mom that he's banging.
I don't know. It's just speculating out. He didn't say, yeah, he's the.
That's her?
Mom. Wilson's mother,
mother.
Lisa Wilson, has made the news before, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. When she denied having an OnlyFans. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I bet she does have one of those pages.
But
you got to deny it means you got one.
She said she denied it, Grump.
That don't mean it's that doesn't mean, too bad.
We don't know what. It's just all rumors at this moment. All
man, see, that's good stuff. The Jets always entertaining. Usually not on the football field, but they
hopefully Zach Wilson's just focused on freaking throwing touchdown passes this year, not anything else.
You know, remember Rex Ryan loving feet. his
Oh God, yeah.
wife getting a Mark Sanchez tattoo. What's up with that? I mean, I don't know.
Got a comment here saying Wickerman says, "Come on, Grumpy. The Mets finished the same with him, Lindor, and I'm sorry, he can't even hit 240. He's been a bust so far.
He's been a bust for the contract, but you can't say that he's not performing well this year. Yeah, his average isn't great, but he's knocking in runs. And the thing is to score runs.
You okay?
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
Christopher C says here, Grumpy, let me help you out here because you're struggling. TJ, did you see Top Gun? No, I did not. Did not see Top Gun, Christopher C. And Jameson Talion might be the one who needs to be traded. He's had 6 horrible starts since his hot streak, says
Well,
Drew
that's
L.
kind of what he is. When he's hot, he's pretty good, but he's usually not hot.
Frank says, hello, what's up, Frank? The Wickerman says in 1988 pennant, do you think that Johnson should have pulled Gooden out in the 9th before he gave up a home run to a lefty? And they had Myers as the closer.
You know what? Gooden was great at that time. The Dodgers just had that whole postseason run had a horseshoe up their ass. Everything worked out for them. They barely made the playoffs. I think they had 88 wins on the season. They were not very good. Mike Scioscia hit the big home run to beat them in extra innings. That was kind of the beginning. The Mets were the better team. And so were the A's, honestly, that the Dodgers beat in the World Series. It was just the Dodgers season. Hershiser was incredible. I think he had a streak where he had 55 straight scoreless innings. He was unconscious in the playoffs. I mean, that's what it takes. That's why I'm saying pitching wins in baseball playoffs still to this day.
Drew L said, I just wonder, in a way, how that works. Does the guy's mother like being a cougar or something? And how did Zach Wilson even get the opportunity to sleep with that? Or one of his mom's friends, I think.
This is what happened, Drew. This is exactly what happened. Zach was home and he said, Mom, can you cook me a cake? You know, that special cake you used to make when I was a kid? Sure, honey. If I can just get off my fans only website here for a minute, I'll cook that. But hold on. We used sugar. They poured sugar on me and it got licked off. So I'm out of sugar. Can you go next door to Mrs. Johnston and see if, you know, she can get some sugar? And he knocked on the door. He says, hey, Mrs. Johnston. He's like, oh, Zach, you've really grown up. He says, I know I have. And he goes, you know what? Can I get a little bit of sugar? And she hopped all over him. And that's all there was to it.
I love it. God, oh my Grump, Jesus.
That's what happened.
Joseph C says Zach Wilson has a world by the balls. A good-looking guy who plays for quarterback for a New York team now just has to translate on the field. I might say you don't want to be a Daniel Jones. Another one of those good-looking young quarterbacks for plays for a New York team who absolutely sucks.
If you can play quarterback in New York, absolutely, you're going to be like the biggest star on the planet. Joe Namath, right? Joe Namath. Love Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Really, one really good year. Two good years. We're still talking about him because you can't get another quarterback. I mean, Daniel Jones, bust. Eli, oh, shucks.
He won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks is right.
If you have a little bit of, this guy, now here's the thing. When he goes into training camp, what's the first question they're going to ask you? How is Mrs. Johnston? Did you get that sugar? Did you get that honey? How did that work out?
How are things going on between you and Dax Malign?
Now, I know your mom says she doesn't have a fans only page.
OnlyFans.
She doesn't have an OnlyFans page, but Mrs. Johnston does. And she was with a guy who looked a lot like you.
I like fans only. He doesn't have a fans only page, Grump.
OnlyFans, fans only, whatever. They're hooking up on the videos. That's all I can tell you.
James F says, TJ, do you have the stat on the Russian? He wasn't 6'6". I saw a few guys like 6'3", 100, 205 pounds. Nobody as big, I think, as you thought, but they had a few big guys, defensemen, one drafted from the MHL, which is a league underneath the KHL, but they were like 6'3".
There was some team in the first round who drafted a guy who was like 6'7". I don't think it was.
Okay. Oh, so it wasn't. I just was looking at the Devils. Give me a sec here then.
He was big as hell. I forget the guy, but a big defenseman where that maybe it was that gosh, what was his first name? Mullet? I don't know what the hell it was.
Oh, give me a sec.
Had a pretty cool name.
6'7", 199 pounds. Jesus H. He played in the the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Trying to get his name. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I forgot.
Maverick. Oh,
that's it. Maverick Lamoureux, I think.
Lamoureux. That's exactly how to pronounce his name. Maverick Lamoureux.
Maybe that's the guy he's talking about.
He said, I can put 20 pounds on this summer.
Just don't put on another 20 inches.
He said, no, I'm sorry. He said, I can't put on 20 pounds this summer like that because I'm going to be slow after that. I'm not going to have any mobility, says Lamoureux. I'm just going to have to be a tall guy. I'm just going to be a tall guy who can't move or skate. I will say there's a process. Yeah. 199 pounds at 6'7". He's a freaking beanpole. 199 pounds at 6'7".
I just want to break a little news right now.
Oh, what is it?
Dylan Strome of the Chicago Blackhawks is not receiving a qualifying offer. He will be an unrestricted free agent.
Wow.
Is that somebody that the Islanders take a run at?
I'd say yes.
I'd say yes, too.
I'd say yes. Absolutely. So, wow. He's not receiving qualifying offer. Wow.
They're totally
25 years old, 69 games played last year, 48 points. Yes, I definitely take a run. I definitely take a gamble after a guy like this. No doubt in my mind.
Big kid, physical.
I absolutely take a chance after a guy like this.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Josh Bailey. Bye-bye, Bailey. Simple as that. My God.
You got. I mean, to me, that's a move you almost have to make, right? If you get him and a Burkowski, now I'm okay. You're not going to get the big guy. Yeah.
Definitely not a douche, says. He was snaking her. My new favorite phrase.
That's what it is, right?
Oh, good gracious. Frank says, freaking Chapman. Laughing my ass off. His powder his bottom.
Yeah,
Joseph C said, dude is prepping himself for all the women he's going to get as a quarterback for the Jets. Probably already for certain. I can only imagine maybe he's maybe celibate. Who knows?
No, not on the OnlyFans site. Fans only, OnlyFans.
Oh, it's something completely different. He's living the dream. Says
might as well. 23 years old, right? I mean, he's a pretty. He's one of those little pretty boy types too.
Oh yeah.
He better not go to prison though.
Everybody's favorite woman respecter, along with Big Ben and Tyreek Hill. It's Zach Green, Zach Wilson.
Okay, but here's the thing: Zach Wilson hasn't, beaten any women that we know of.
Children, beaten any kids up. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Tyreek Hill also beat his pregnant woman or his baby mom. He beat her. He punched her in the stomach when she was pregnant with the kid or something like that.
All Zach Wilson does is hit all the old ladies in the neighborhood.
I cannot. Hold on. That was what his ex-girlfriend said. So who knows how true it is?
Oh, I'm going to bet it's true. It's true for this show.
I'll tell you one thing. Dax Malign, he's an okay looking guy, but he's hitting way out of his league. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Alexander says, Zach Wilson may have some great game. He may be awesome as game he's pull that off. Frank also saying, he being his mom's best friend, not the other guy's mom.
See, that's what it is. His mom's best friend. I mean, he knew her a long time. He was, who knows what it was like. It was probably like when he was in the bathroom, like in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He looked out in the backyard and he sees the mom and he fantasized about, she's in there. And he sees the little girl getting out of the pool. He sees the mom getting out of the pool. And all of a sudden she walks in and he's, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom, and she walks in on him. And she's like, hey, can I help you with that, big boy? And one thing led to another. You never know.
Drew L says here, that sounds like something straight out of Pornhub Classic, Grumpy. Family Pies. Drew also says, I only know that because I watch a bunch of old frat brothers who were casually watching it.
I'm sure, Drew. Thanks. Yeah, no problem.
One day laughing up a storm.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, somebody else was watching it, and I just happened to.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I had a friend who watches it.
The Wicker Man says, remember that interview with Namath? LOL, I want to kiss you. I could care less about the team's struggles. Oh, man. That
was classic joke. Classic joke.
And what are the Blackhawks doing? I don't know.
But
why not sign him back, then try to trade him? He has value.
Okay. DeBrincat, right? First, third.
Second.
Second.
Third next year.
or Dylan Strome for nothing. To me, if I'm Lou Lamoriello, I'm contacting that agent right now. That's who I want him. He's the new guy I want. Young.
Yeah, looking at DeBrincat was for the first, a 7th overall pick, 39th second round pick this year, and a 3rd in 2024.
They're in full tank mode for Bedard.
Yep, they're in full on tank. Time to tank it up. So we'll see if it works out. Ooh. Now the Red Sox are up 7-6. Alexander says we go for smashing and snacking, Grump.
Snaking.
Sorry. Definitely not a douche. Says I don't mind Zach Wilson slinging it like Joe Namath. God,
I had it's a Joe Namath story. When I worked Super Bowl 36, he was definitely turning on the charm with another celebrity. I'm just going to tell you that. And I don't know what happened, but he was making a play. And he was old at that time. And she was like, okay.
I know he does not have good relations with his family.
No, he does have good relations with
his wife and kids?
Yes, with his kids, absolutely.
Okay.
This is when the wife left him.
Okay, gotcha. I do remember the wife had left. Okay, maybe it was just a wife then. James F. said, Grumpy, would you take Ryan Strome?
No, I'll take Dylan Strome.
Joseph C. said, and he'll still be better than Tua.
Oh, wow. Taking a shot at Alexander.
Definitely not douche says, they're hooking up on the videos. Laughing my ass off. Okay. Guys, did you see the Canucks took the Peterson brothers in the draft?
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Drew L says Ryan Strome did his Islanders service by missing a wide open puck on a one-timer in front of the net. The Rangers did not advance thanks to Strome. He'll have a special place in my heart.
He's a guy who benefited playing with Panarin, for certain.
Joseph C. says here, if the Blackhawks are going this far to blow it up and to rebuild, they should trade Kane too. That's why it shocks me they're not going to at least qualifying offer Dylan Strome. But
he's young.
25 still. Meatball Parm says, I can't watch Bailey and Average Anders for another couple of years. Yep.
I don't want to see them on an OnlyFans page. That's for certain.
Good gracious. Alexander says, all of you non-Tua believers are going to eat crow. You watch, Grump. Wickerman says,
okay, he didn't say you watch
Grump.
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did. He threw that in at the end. You just didn't see it. The Wickerman says, I think they should Kane. I think they should. Kane is getting up there in age, but they also need to they need to be at the bottom of the cap, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to go anywhere.
I want to show you, grumpy old man, some fan fights. I want to start migrating into some fan fights. We hadn't had some fan fights. We got some good fan fights sent over here by Alexander. Now, this one is something else. I will tell you this. It's another fan fight where they freaking film in portrait mode. I'll let you watch it first, let you see what's happening, and there's something that happens that kind of freaks me out a bit that I'm just like, oof.
This is a Dodgers game, I'm assuming?
We need to stop this man at all costs. So give me a sec. Let me hit play there for you, Grump.
All right. What the hell?
How the hell are we getting in this situation where they're just pouring beer on each other? Oh, God almighty.
And this one guy just stand there eating is like, knock it off. Freaking, what the hell? Oh, shit.
Hold on. Look at security hard at work.
Got the hair.
Look at
this guy getting a grab.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy must be stopped at all costs. He must be stopped at all costs. He must be stopped at all costs. What in God's name is that? We've seen a lot of weird fighting techniques. This is not a fighting technique. What in God's name is this? I'd say look at this old.
Maybe he was trying to pull her back, but I don't know. Just run it all the way through.
Trying to reach up her pants.
I don't know why you.
Let go! It's on the
Okay, I don't know what's the bigger crime, grabbing that girl's ass or that lady women wearing an Adrian Gonzalez jersey. I don't know what's worse.
Dude, that guy, I hope they catch that bastard. Dude, that honestly, we talk about the different people in fights. This is your guy who tries to find opportunities to do things that he's not allowed to do in most situations. But when things start going chaotic, how can I? My God, what if? I wish somebody would have just clocked that son of a gun right.
I think he was trying to stop her, and his hand slipped.
His hand kept slipping further and further up her leg. Is that what happened, Grumpy?
I don't know. It looked like he enjoyed that. It looked like he was enjoying his job. You know, they always say
he enjoyed that. I'm sure she did not.
The people who are happiest love what they do for a living, and I think he does.
I honestly, like you see, like when the guys get cold cocked, that's a guy I can make a case for getting punched in the face.
I mean, I don't know why they were throwing.
I don't know how this all started.
I just like how this woman who was getting beat, she just, okay, I'm going to get out of my seat. I'm going to go all the way to the end of the row, come back up a town and attack this woman.
Well, they're pouring beer on him.
I don't understand.
They're pulling a freaking Brittany Mahomes on him, pouring beer on everybody else. What is this shit? Why don't you break the champagne out and start going all over everybody?
This is good. This is good.
It's just, oh God.
What is this guy doing?
I don't know. They throw beer back at him, and this guy's just going reaching for more. Where is security?
There she goes. She got it from her seat.
Right here. Here's the security man right here. Let's see how active our security guard is as we see things escalating. No punches have been thrown just quite yet. You can easily de-escalate the situation. That's what you're here for. Maybe you could stand in front of the stairwell and say, "Stop, we're not fighting."
The floor is mighty slippery at this point.
Full of beer. That's right.
Maybe that's what happened. He went to grab her shirt. He slipped.
There's other security guards. This is a lady security guard walking up. The lady security guard's going to let them up as she moves out. She's about to say, "No holds bar, baby. Get to start pounding each other. Start beating each other out. Start pulling your hair out." This lady was standing in the way, and now is going to move out of the way to let them beat the hell out of each other and maul them. Look at this.
Oh!
Here she comes up.
The first thing she did, the first thing in a girl fight, first thing you have to do is go for the hair. You gotta snatch the hair, and then you start throwing. This girl made the mistake of started throwing punches first. The other girl gets the hair, which limits her. Now, I take the shorter one who came up out of the stands. I take her in a fight, but she let her hair get grabbed, which is always just not what you want to do. Boys and girls, if you're going to have a couple of girls fighting or even long-haired guys, a Troy Polamalu type, you grab them by the hair first.
Get the hair.
Get a fistful of hair, start yanking around like a little rag doll, then bam, bam, bam. That's what you got to do to him.
Good gracious, Grumpy.
Roll it.
Good gracious. Oh, man, something else. Look at the security guards hard at work over here. Just like, all right, let's not start pounding each other. Come on.
Trying to grab
Relax. This guy right here, I wish would be clocked in the face. Captain
Buzzcut. Even looking at her, though.
Billy Buzzcut coming up from behind over here.
I don't even think he's a security guard.
He's definitely not a security guard. I don't know what he's
just
wearing around. What? I was about to say, this is just a random guy, and a guy who's trying to find himself an opportunity to be a
think he's blonde. I think he's blind, and he's just trying the Braille method of fighting.
What the what the hell is that?
Oh,
look at this. Goodness. There's no way you can ever explain this. You know, like some people get like really fantastic lawyers. What are you going to say as a lawyer? Like, what was going on here? What were you doing to try to help stop and break up this fight? Well, I didn't want to grab her hips from behind. Then it comes like as a thrusting motion. So the best thing I thought I could do was start to grab the inner part of her thigh close to the no-no region.
Well, but here's the thing. He's not even looking where he's grabbing.
That's what I say. He's not even looking. He's got his head up in the other direction. Like, okay, I need to make sure I'm monitoring if anybody's looking at me sexually assaulting this woman. I need to make sure I've got my eyes up and I'm ready to go. Because if somebody catches me doing this, I've got to dart the other direction.
Just roll it because I want to see what happens to him if he just leaves.
He's like pulling multiple times on it. Like, what the? I don't get this. Gotta watch that one more time all the way through. What in God's name is that? My God,
is he still there or is he gone?
No, he left. He He was like that Ranger fan. He went ahead and punched that guy in the face. He committed his crime and then left. He was not waiting for time for things to unsettle and for people to catch him. No, as soon as he started tugging on that, he said, I got what I was looking for. He probably is over there sniffing his fingers, doing some crazy BS, and he's starting to run immediately away. He wasn't sticking around to help. He wasn't there trying to help break things up. I don't think that's the position of where you say, I'm trying to help break up a fight. Let me go ahead and start pulling on this girl's inner.
Okay, but here's the thing. If someone starts grabbing you like that, it's probably going to stop you. Hey, what the hell's going on? Maybe that was his way of breaking up the fight.
Is that what it is? Is that an ancient?
It stopped immediately after that. It stopped.
Is that,
he knew what he was doing?
Is that what it is, huh, Grumpy?
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, stop it, honey. Stop it.
I like the sound effect. Good gracious. Oh my God. So that is something else.
Oh, that's a good one. I enjoyed that one. Thank you,
I wish
Alexander.
this would have been confronted. Anyway, I hope they found him and they got him. Give me a sec here. Joseph, he said baby arm Tua is going to take the Dolphins real far with a little winky face.
First of all,
Drew L says
his name is not baby arm Tua, it's noodle arm Tua.
That chick with the tattoos definitely is like a professional bodybuilder or something. Oh gosh. And there are all Dodger fans too, not even opposing fans.
Maybe it's just living in Los Angeles. I mean, everybody's like that in Los Angeles. Maybe just I think it's Los Angeles.
The workman also said, I think that guy pinched her to get her off. That hurts.
Yeah, because it stopped it immediately. It did. The guy knew what he was doing.
Do you really think that's a technique? Pinch a soft part of the body in order to get somebody to stop?
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't look
it
like
stopped her. It stopped her. She sobered right up. Well, okay.
He pinched the inner part of her thigh. I don't know. From maybe I have no idea what the hell that is. For me, just being somebody who doesn't know, that looks very wrong. That looks very odd.
I mean, I don't think so. He was just trying to help.
I know you're just being facetious. Alexander says, who the hell throws beer on somebody? And then she went Hulk smash mode. Yeah, my gosh. And the Wicker Man says, it's a mess all over. I mean, it's hard to break up a girl fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. How he did it stopped it. This guy, he's a professional. He should be in every single place where there's a girl fight.
Joseph
every single time.
Dodger fans are the worst. Poor Brian Stowe. Not sure who that is. Who's Brian Stowe?
I don't know.
Definitely not a douche. Says, I'm not trying to defend this creep, but I think he's trying to pinch her to stop her.
I think so too.
What an odd way to stop a fight.
It stopped it. It stopped it.
I don't know if that stopped the fight or if they were just going to stop platonically because they got tired of yanking on each other.
All I know is as soon as he did that, it stopped.
Jesus H. Drill said he grabbed her ass.
No, I said she grabbed her ass.
Everything. Everyone's favorite sexual move, the ground and pound. Like she's in a UFC reference to get her down there and get him down there and start beating the living hell out of her.
Yeah. There you go.
Or beating the living hell out of him. He's copping a feel. Finger puppets. Oh God. Jesus H. Drew L said, I think there was more than copping a feel. Definitely not a douche. Says, yeah, it's the classic pinch and stop a conflict. I've seen it on reruns of Cops in the 90s.
There you go. See?
He's joking around.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh, good gracious. And what if the random guy then was trying to stop the fight?
If that's a random guy, then he wasn't trying to stop the fight.
Yeah, I think it was just a random guy.
Dude, do you just add words and subtract them as you read those comments?
Yeah, because I can't read. That dude with the buzz cut looks like Michael Douglas's character in Falling Down.
Defense. You've never seen Falling Down, I'm sure, TJ.
I have not.
What a shock.
Grump with a laughing face. Definitely not a douche. You'd think he'd cop a feel on the other chick.
Yeah, maybe. He couldn't get to her, though. You take what you can get.
I really don't. I wish somebody who has experience of oh yeah, you got to pinch somebody. If you're fifth man in, that's always the greatest way to stop something. If you can't grab somebody's arms or something, a pinch is the greatest way to stop it. Frank says he was looking for an on. He was looking for an off switch.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, God gracious. And I swear the one guy squirted mustard.
That's what I thought. I thought they were squirting mustard. I'm like, who the hell squirts mustard?
What a POS.
What the hell?
Alexander says, TJ, when you get a chance, show the deep passes. No,
Yeah, go ahead. You can do that because there's probably like only one or two.
Okay. Drew said, fun fact, I've been selling hot dogs since 1:30 this afternoon. No reason. Just wanted to throw that in there. Oh, gosh. Okay. Hot dog vendor. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can put because I had another. My God. It's just not a good look for that guy. Even if it was like some sort of special move to break up fights. God, give me a sec.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's a 10-minute long clip.
I mean, the guy had like a little Robin utility belt around his shoulder.
I don't know what the hell was around his chest like that. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this shouldn't be too long, should it?
It's 10 minutes long, Grump. We're not showing all this. I'll show you a few little items here, Grumpy.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see how. Oh,
that's like a 15-yard down the field throw.
That's not deep.
Well, he may be back, and then he's maybe in the back. Oh gosh. On his back foot.
Oh,
that should have been intercepted.
This Alexander sent you this?
Yeah, Alexander sent me this. Grumpy.
I can't believe that because this makes Tua look really bad. Maybe he's trying to give us a false sense of security.
That's a good catch.
Yeah, that's one of those little floater jobs he throws up there. Those floaters. Nothing with pace. Everything's a floater. Look at drops. I mean,
he didn't lead him enough.
He couldn't lead him too much. He would have been out of the stadium.
Got to throw that ball sooner than.
Yeah, well sooner. Yeah. I just don't think his arm is that good. That's all. But with Mike McDaniels as coach, I mean, it might not even matter. Jimmy Crappolo's up. I mean, see how those balls just float and float and float?
Yeah.
Everything's a floater pass. Nothing on a line. Nothing. Again. Oh, terrible. I'm sorry. That's who I am in games, though. I'm watching
the offensive line and him. He throw. Okay, this is the thing when I see him throw, and some quarterbacks do this, some don't. The pocket starts to clap. Look immediately how his fundamentals go with throwing the football. Look at this. Play action. Whoop. He doesn't step into his throw. No. He throws off his back freaking foot, and he completes the ball, but he throws off his back foot. That's why he gets no power on the pass. Let's look at this. Just whoop.
Yeah, he's no legs at all.
My gosh, Joe's lucky. What the hell type of jump is that? Anyway,
and everybody looked good against Jacksonville, by the way.
Here's the thing: he will be better next year. I don't doubt that at all. He will be better next year. He is going to be the area that slows you down. He's not a guy who's a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
No, he's not.
Tough to win when you don't have an elite quarterback. It just really is.
I think though, McDaniels is maybe going to scheme Waddle and Hill to catch short little passes and let them do yards after catch. That's what he did with Crappolo.
And he'll be very successful doing that.
Yeah.
So we got here this is another fan fight sent in.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, get that crap off of here.
Again, another one in Boston. Another belligerent fan base.
Oh, hold on. His shirt is already all the way unbuttoned. Let me see if I can get this on YouTube. This guy's shirt is already unbuttoned.
That means trouble. Walking around with an unbuttoned shirt means trouble.
Hold on a second.
What inning of the game was? They showed the scoreboard earlier. I wonder what inning.
I'll be able to see right now. Oh man, it's late in the game. Give me a sec. It is. It's in the seventh inning stretch, baby.
You know what? Seventh inning. You know they make the announcement. Last chance to get beer.
Alcohol.
Everybody, bah, 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 bah. I love that. So it's like they sell out of beer. I mean, you look at the guy, they're yelling at the guy who's down in low position, Mr. Mohawk. I don't even know if that's a Mohawk, but he's got the side buzz going on. I don't know. Go ahead, roll it.
This guy, we had somebody comment on this after Alex sent it. He said, "Hey, Alex, I was sitting 20 feet from this. The old Reds Fox fan got it square in the nose and took a 4-row header. You can't beat left field bleachers at Wrigley Field."
Oh, this is Wrigley. Okay.
This is Wrigley.
Okay, this is Wrigley.
Okay, so I will zoom in. Hold on. Oh, my God. I like how he says took some 4. Oh, my gosh. Grumpy. He takes a 4-row header. Jesus Christ.
Let's roll it.
I want to move everything off so when you see it, you'll be able to see it all. Let me remove the banner. Give me a sec so we get.
And look, here's the thing.
This person, thumbs up.
Landscape view.
Landscape mode, baby. He knows what to do. Whoever filmed this, A+. Already fantastic.
Absolutely. This guy's drunk. Look at this Cubs fan with the
look at
glasses.
how this is all transpiring.
He's drunk. Look at this guy. They're all drunk. Look at the guy sitting by himself. He's so drunk. He's like, look at him with the backwards hat there. There he is.
We do see another Boston fan. There's not many Boston fans in this area, as you can see. There's a lot of Cubs fans.
There's one
other Boston fan right here. He's got his Boston hat on, but he's sitting very quietly, not mixing up with anybody, wanting to sit like on his hands over there, being very, very gentle.
And there's Damien from Southie there. Oh, he threw a cup at him. He cupped him. He hit him with the cup. But you notice he finished the beer in the cup first, then threw the empty at him. And he's coming at him.
I want to see who throws the cup. Is it Mr. Mohawk?
Mr. Mohawk.
Yeah, Mr. Mohawk unprovokedly throws the cup at Mr. Red Sox.
And look here. There's our peacemaker. This is the TJ character.
There it is. Good. He's breaking it up. I like
American
how they
Eagle stepping in. American Eagle stepping in.
American Eagle, baby. Look at this. He's like, let's keep the tension down. But yes, Mr. Red Sox looks definitely drunk. He's got his shirt's already all the way unbuttoned. He's intoxicated.
Yeah.
But
and everybody's watching.
Hold on.
Look at the lady. Look at the lady.
The guy I'm highlighting over here, Grumpy. There's another guy with no shirt on in Chicago.
But look at the lady. She's already backing away. I mean,
goodness. I've seen this happen before a few times in Fenway Park. I know this isn't going to be good.
She's like 15 foot away, and she's like, oh, no, what's going to happen?
Look at all these people with their mouths ajar, just like, things are about to happen.
They're playing a game. I just hope nobody.
Look at the guy in red. Here's the security guard over here saying, there's a fight breaking out right there.
Hey, you stop.
Oh, good gracious. Let's see. I want to put this on slow-mo.
Why don't we run it through the whole time first?
Okay. We can watch it the whole time. Get this thing out of here.
And then we can break it down.
It's like, bro, stop. Sit down. It's like, sit down. I'm not trying to stop.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's American Eagle betrayal. Oh my God. The Peacekeeper. It's like WWE where you see like it's a three-way. It's like a Mexican standoff.
Just keep rolling it. Just keep
rolling my God. Oh no, I couldn't contain myself. Oh, there's another Boston fan coming to his help. Like, hey buddy, we've all been there before at Fenway.
Security when we need it. It's not a girl fight. That's why they're not here. Oh, here they are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she is yelling at security, and good, she should be. What the fuck are you doing there, security? Look at them all just waiting for shit to start on.
Here's the thing. What's the one thing the women are more than willing to help out, say, stay down, stay down. It was like Mickey in, Rocky, stay down, stay down.
As he just got obliterated and smoked. I think that was a good way to put it. He did take a 4-row header off the freaking bleachers. My goodness gracious.
This guy's not even paying attention. He gets intimately involved in this fight. He's got his hands behind his back. He lets him go to get knocked out by American Eagle.
American Eagle starts off as a guy who, honestly, if you're watching this first time, you think American Eagle is going to be the ally of Mr. Red Sox. He's our peacekeeper.
He's what in comic book movies, they all start out as good guys, the villains, and then they turn into, super villains. And that's what he does, all within like a 30-second frame of time. He was peacekeeper, and then he was the Annihilator.
I was about to say, you know what? It kind of look. Honestly, it feels like the WWE, which the three people, if like they've got like some sort of workout, and the referee undresses and he's a part of the bad guy. He's Vince McMahon's kid, and he needs Kurt Angle to win, and he goes ahead and knocks out the other wrestler. That's exactly what it's like, Grumpy. Jesus. Okay, so this guy in gray. Let me turn the volume off. You're right. He is finishing off his drink. He's chugging the rest of his drink. You're right. And then he throws Mr. Red Sox.
Come on now.
He steps in trying to stop the fight. He's like, well, hold on.
He's like, hey, don't be touching me, American Eagle says.
He said, sit your ass down.
Sit down.
And he pushes him to the ground. He says, relax. You like how the other freaking
Here comes Rizzo.
Boston fan starts stepping out of there. He's like,
Rizzo was talking with his mom and his girlfriend, and he's like, hey,
American Eagle, relax.
Now he's got him. He's tying him up. He's tying him up.
Let's see how hard the freaking security guards are working here. He's like,
back
it up.
Oh, look at this. Rizzo's trying to help out with his glass.
Rizzo's like, hey, buddy. He's like, oh, no, I'm just going to take care of some business. Don't worry about me, buddy. I got to go ahead and take care of this guy.
And his mom is saying, hey, come on, guys, calm down. There's another guy say, hey, Rizzo, let him go. And then here you go. He gets dropped. Like, relax, mom.
What?
Look at it. This is like when Rocky Marciano hit Jersey Joe Walcott in the jaw. It's like, that great picture. That's what it looked like.
Jesus H.
You know what? That's the actual definition of walking into a right hook or into a right cross. That's exactly, he walked into a right cross right there.
Oh my God. Oh.
And look,
this guy's just like, relax. I'll make sure you're okay, Mom. Don't worry about it. We're just enjoying the game. I love all the kids too. They get experience their first time when they run into drunk fans.
Look at them all down there. This is another Specs Jr. with the orange shirt down in the bottom right-hand corner. He's like, oh, look at this.
Oh yeah, this is my first Cubs game.
And this is typical, right? The referee's trying to hold the good guy wrestler back.
I cannot believe this guy was the one who slams him. What in the hell is going on here? He was the one who was trying to break up.
He didn't want anyone in his personal space. He didn't like how he touched him before. He came at him again. He's like, I'm not taking any chances. See you later, Veritek.
He was supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. And he just knocks out the Boston Red Sox fan.
He said, bye-bye, Veritek. See you later.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Don Zimmer.
Oh,
man, he fell down.
Falling. Oh, my God. Oof.
Like, get back. And the girlfriend saying, get out of here. Look at him, man.
I don't think he had a girlfriend with him, buddy.
Look at, there's the girl. Oh, got her hand over her mouth. There's Specs is backing away.
Here's another Red Sox fan. He's like, oh, buddy. Dude, he is he is just knocked out cold.
Yeah,
I mean, he is unconscious.
I don't know if we put the 10 count on him, but did he get up before 10? I think
not without substantial help.
I want to see if he got up before 10. I think when the time he goes down,
I think I tell him stay down there, buddy. Stay down.
Let's do it like Rocky. Let's see him drop live and let's see if it's 10 count.
Well, hold on. Look at this. Hold on. Look at the guy fucking smiling over here. Look at this guy in the red. He's just got a smile on his face. This guy's eating a freaking punch to the face. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Like he's out.
He's just laughing. He just cannot stop. He's just got this shit-eating grin on his face the entire time as this guy's knocked unconscious.
He's struggling to get up before the 8 count.
He's just like looking around. He's like, yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, his fan got knocked out at Wrigley Field.
You're running this in slow-mo, right?
That's correct.
Okay, because I do want to see if he gets up before 10.
He would have gotten up. He got up before the 10 counts up. He definitely got up.
Hey, now, where's the referee? Now, there he is. There's Rizzo again saying, hey, buddy, you're okay over there. There's Veritek going, what the hell?
He's ready about to take another punch to the face.
Where's the other guy? Is
he's
he
ready
gone?
to take another punch to the face. Look at him.
There.
He's ready to go up there again. Man, sometimes when you're too drunk like that, you're just a glutton for pain. He's ready to take another punch to the face.
Why do all these security guards have backpacks?
Honestly, I don't know. But whatever was in those backpacks was not used to help prevent any sort of altercation. That's for certain.
I mean, like, hey, give me a 5 here. It's like, yeah, good job. Oh, no.
My God.
He's like, hold on. I want to get
Hold on. Muscles McGee over here, who's standing in the background, needs to get his ass on the front lines. You see this guy over here?
First of all, that's Matt Patricia.
No. You can't see it because it's not too zoomed in. This guy is freaking yoked. Look at his biceps. Look how wide his chest is. Look at the traps.
That's
Muscles
Matt Patricia
over here. When he's moving his little hat up here, the guy looks like he's been slamming it in the gym. He's got all those gym muscles and he's not using them to help.
He looks like Matt Patricia, who's
he looks like Matt Patricia on 15 years of steroids, Grump.
I don't think so. He doesn't all look like his arms are that big to me.
How can I zoom in on this? Enhance.
He's doing 12. He looks like he does a lot of 12-ounce curls.
Hold on a sec. Let me do this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Give me a sec. I'm going to put it here. Give me one moment here, Grump.
Oh, my God.
Matt Patricia over here. This guy is the guy who needs to be breaking up the violence. I'm telling you, he's okay. What the hell is this? Not the. Give me a sec. It needs
His
to be in the
arms
right
are
spot.
not that big.
Hold on. Let me get you one when he's on his head. Give me
I
a sec.
zoomed in. His arm's not that big. Like I said, he's eating Twinkies. He's Matt Patricia. That's what he is.
Hold on. Here we
Hey,
go.
does he have? First of all, does he have a pencil behind his ear? Because if he does, it's Matt Patricia.
Here we go. The guy is in good shape. He should be the one down there. His arms are big. He works out at the gym. He should be the one down there breaking it up, not the guys they've got over here who looks like, okay, let me ask you this, Grumpy. Which one do you expect to keep the peace more? That guy or this guy, Grump? Okay, you be the judge. I'm not expecting him to be down there keeping the peace all that well.
They
Offense to this guy, but come on.
They had 4 guys there.
I know, and none of them
guys.
stopped the punch. I'll be honest, though. The American Eagle guy throwing the punch threw me by surprise because he was the one who looked like he was supposed to uphold the peace a little bit as a friendly individual. He was an ally out there.
See, that's like I said. That's why you say what happened here, and you got to try to make the guess. And it's like, man, nobody would have guessed the arch villain turns out to be American Eagle.
Jeez, man.
Oh, I talk about an anti-hero. American Eagle.
Honestly, the guy who chucked the beer at him ended out with the best case scenario for him because he would have dropped that drunk Boston fan. And now instead of him being charged, he gets Mr. American Eagle who's going to be charged, and he won't get charged for anything.
Once again, he did not throw a beer at him. He threw an empty cup. He
empty
drank
cup.
the beer.
I'm sorry.
He's a professional.
Empty cup. Captain Empty Cup over there came out the best case out of that because he would have dropped Mr. Boston Red Sox. And because American Eagle did it first, he didn't have to worry about a thing. He didn't have any assault going at him. I don't think throwing a cup is going to be that significant of a consequence. But Mr. American Eagle, man, oh man. Oh, good gracious, Grumpy. Good gracious. Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay, we got a few comments to catch up in. Hold on a second. Falling Down is a funny movie.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you consider it a funny movie. There were certain things that were funny-ish in the movie, but TJ, you ever plan on watching that movie? Why do I even waste my time saying?
I know this guy's like a Poindexter.
Wrong.
Yes, I plan on watching that movie, Grumpy. How long has it been out for? It just was released in theaters, right?
Yeah, like 1989, I think.
Okay,
Well, actually,
I'm getting around to it.
It was good, though. It was good. Michael Douglas, very good in that movie.
The Wicker Man says, I want breakfast. We stopped serving it 5 minutes ago. Bam. Drew L said
that was from Falling Down, by the way.
Okay. Drew L said, speaking of that, what was that scene? Yeah, what was that scene in what movie where the guy pulls a gun on a fast food worker for not serving breakfast because it was past breakfast time?
Falling Down.
Okay. Tua is another Chad Pennington. Do you think, Grumpy?
Don't ever insult Chad Pennington like that, please.
Alexander says he's going to make the Pro Bowl, 34 touchdowns, 7 picks.
God, Alexander.
He'll be better than it was last year, but I'm not sure it's going to be that good.
I'm going to tell you what, Alexander is dying on that hill.
Okay, 34 touchdowns is only 2 touchdowns a game. Is that really that much in today's game of football?
Yeah, it is. Not everybody throws for 35 touchdowns a year. Brady led the league last year, and he only threw 43. I mean, it's not a lot of touchdowns. I mean, you think so. They don't throw 2 touchdowns a game. I mean, with the extra game, maybe it's easier. That's 2 a game.
No, he didn't lead. Mahomes or Stafford threw for the most touchdowns last year with 50 in the regular season.
Did he?
Yep. Mahomes was 48. Brady was 46 at third.
Okay.
So quarterbacks that threw for over.
I could have swore Brady led in touchdown pass. Maybe they're talking about the whole year with
2 years ago he led.
Okay.
In 2020, Rodgers had 53. Brady had 50.
That's with playoffs included. That's with playoffs included.
Okay, let me just go.
Because he led in regular season touchdown passes last year. I think he had 43.
Okay. Oh well. Anyway, so well, I mean, like, okay, 2 touchdown passes a game. Anyway, listen, falling down. Yes, it is. Red Sox up 10-6, and damn, sad for the Yankees. Drew L said, I was watching the Bulls and the Knicks summer league game earlier. Let me just say, the Bulls summer league team blows like Simon Holmes.
I was going to say that exact thing. I watched a little bit of a game yesterday, and I don't even know who it was, Portland and somebody. I'm like, man, these guys suck. Is that Simon Holmstrom? I swear I said that to myself.
Definitely not a douche said, that's what I was thinking, Wicker Man. Highly accurate, but can't throw 15 yards. I miss Chad Pennington.
I'm going to say that's Tony Queso.
That might be. Oh, I don't know. That kind of looks a little like me.
Well, I'm just saying.
Kind of looks a little like me.
Definitely not a douche is Tony Queso, Tony Cheese.
Perhaps. The Wicker Man says, yep, bringing in Chapman in the 6th. Not sure that was a good idea, but it's the day before the All-Star break.
Actually, All-Star break is next weekend, after next weekend.
DJ, hey, guys, let's calm down here, or else we're going to get in trouble. Talking about me breaking up a fight. Yeah. Meatball Arm says, guy was dressed like a mailman. Yeah, the guy who pinched the inner thigh definitely was. Maybe it's some special pinching technique they teach for dog attacks.
I think so.
Good gracious. Down goes Jared, the Sox fan. Yeah, good gracious. Definitely not douche said, he's drunk because he had zero reaction to the cup to the face. Yep, exactly.
It was so empty, though. It's like, bink. You can even hear it. Bink.
Not Tony Cheese or not a douche says here, laugh my ass off, turned into hot Play-Doh when he fell.
Yeah, man,
he just turned into flan, just yeah. He shouldn't have punched. Honestly, I was shocked about that punch. My God, no need for that. Security's there. Why the hell are you punching him? He gained 30 pounds on his way to introduce his face to the bleacher seats. Good gracious. Bye-bye, Veritek. Bye-bye, Veritek.
Yep.
Frank says, yeah, he was too drunk to punch out. Could have hit his head. Yeah. Drew L said, by the way, Grump, I found this product that keeps things warm called a crock pot. I think that should be Croc's name. Crock pot.
No, just crock, because it's like
yeah, I got a crock pot. Yeah.
It's not really imaginative, but it's just so perfect. Croc Nelson.
Wickerman says it was a sucker punch. It was. And he just got knocked out. Yep. Grumpy's right. Security guys don't do shit when the guys are fighting.
Those girls are fighting, man. They're right in there.
Just go ahead. Yeah, just go ahead and let you guys beat the hell out of each other. That's
they like to yank them off by the chest usually.
Mm-hmm. Drill said, speaking of DB Cooper, Grump, now we just need a Brad, aka Braid commentary, and then we're all
documentary.
There you go, documentary. Definitely not a douche said they didn't like his rendition of Sweet Caroline.
I'm gonna take a stumble on the bleachers steps today.
Wickerman says the guy that threw the punch will have a lifetime ban. Yeah.
So he'll be back in the stadium next weekend.
He'll be back whenever he wants, is what that means. The guy in the blue shirt is the best of, this is why we can't have nice things face. Absolutely. And security should have pinched somebody, and maybe this could have been prevented.
That's what I think could have happened.
Right in the inner part of the thigh. Same thing with American Eagle. It would have stopped everything.
Everything would have been stopped.
Pennington was good. I liked his smarts. I liked him. He was smart as heck.
He was good. He had the 2 shoulder surgeries. What did him in?
Wickerman said he was just didn't have the arm strength.
Yeah. Well, after the two rotator cuff injuries, didn't have it.
Wickerman said, what I meant is Tua and Pennington have the same arm strength.
Right. After Pennington had 2 rotator cuff injuries on his throwing arm.
Alexander says, how is everyone saying Tua has a noodle arm when he threw a 64-yard touchdown pass to Matt Collins versus the Jets?
It was not 64 yards in the air. That's why. It was maybe 20 yards down the field, and he ran it in. He's not a deep ball throw. He's not.
When you classify people with strong arms, you look at Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, guys who could just from a stand, or
on a line.
Tyler Murray on week 1 of the year, right? Some guys have really strong arms so they could rifle that ball 50. Like Jamarcus Russell, as miserable as a quarterback he had a freaking cannon for an arm.
Yep.
But some guys just don't have the arm strength.
Brady's arm is stronger than Tua's by a lot.
Hey, Grump, man, we're here towards the end of the show. I know we talked a little bit about the beginning of the show, so we covered Cristiano and Neymar, but what do you want to say before we wrap things up today?
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't. From TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening. We will be going live again this next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys then. Have a great work week. We'll see you guys on Thursday. And thank you, Grumpy Old Man.
I think Alexander said something about the cops with the pinching technique that you need to learn.
This. Hold on a second.
Or we could save it for Thursday.
Yeah, we'll say that for Thursday. Gets knocked out by police officer at the Miami Hurricanes game. Yeah, we'll watch that one on Thursday. So now we already got one in the bag.
Yes.
One in the bag, there, Alexander. Yes, I forgot there. Frank says, yes, thumbs up. That's right, guys. Always thumbs up, always helps. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Grump. We'll see you guys soon.